How's it going? It's Tuesday, February 26, 2013, 8:02 p.m. A little bit late. What are you going to do? Time for another edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone. We're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking pro wrestling. Hey now, Matty Boone.
Hey now, how we doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
No improved this week, man.
You are much improved. I can already tell already, dude, because you ain't jumped in. Hey, everybody! It's Matt Boone! Hey! Oh man, what a train wreck that was last week, huh? That was.
I was a little thirsty, apparently. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of recollection of last week's show. I was just asking you before we went on the air, how bad was it? Because I don't know if I'm supposed to reference it this week. I don't know what it was. So you said it wasn't too bad as far as.
No.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't know.
You know what it was, dude? It was. I'll be straight up honest with you. It was difficult to work with you last week, but. Right? And I told you, and I know you don't remember. I just talked to Boone like 25 minutes ago before we came on the air here tonight. Doesn't remember a goddamn thing that happened last week, right? So, anyways, it was.
I wasn't drinking that. I mean, I was just drinking beer. I mean, I don't know. I guess I kind of all caught up with me at once on the air.
You don't have a better telephone? That's it? That's all you got?
This is all I got, yeah. And actually, somebody paid to turn this on right before we went on the air because mine was cut off.
What is it, like a prepaid phone, dude? It's garbage.
It's a Metro phone. Wow, what does it sound like? It
sounds, I don't know, blurry or something, dude. I don't know. You're all right. I mean, we can hear you. I mean, we'll get through it. You know what I mean? But it sounds like shit. So I don't know.
No.
But so anyway, so last week, right? We come on here and it was difficult to work with you. But then when we went off the air, I mean, when we went like 10:20, 10:30 last week, man, we went overboard a little bit because I was trying to get through the rapid fire segment, right? And I'm trying to answer these questions, and I kept saying to you, quickly, Boone, quickly, right? And you would go on these long rants. So I would play. I'd put up the do 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 do. You know the jet, and you're just talking over the top of it. No, I completely oblivious to the fact that you got the fucking Jeopardy theme playing in the back, and you're just ranting and raving. So we went for like an extra half an hour.
Like this. Drunk people are known to have verbal diarrhea happen every once in a while. I guess rapid fire and intoxication, they don't mess too well.
No, and then I called you. Actually, you called me after we went off the air. You remember that phone call that we had?
I remember you saying you're worried about me or something, and talked to you off the air or something, and then I talked to you off the air, and I remember talking to you about something, yeah.
Yeah, that was off air, dude. And then I didn't hear from you all week because you don't have a telephone. I can't get a hold of you, man. There's no way. You haven't done a gallery since January 28th. That's number one. And today's the 26th. So in 2 more days, it's been a straight 30 days where you ain't done one gallery on WZROnline.com. I've been holding it down, no doubt. I know you ain't got the internet, but dude, get some internet. Get a telephone. Something, brother. Something. You know?
I'm well aware. It's like I don't exist on planet Earth pretty much. Believe me, I live it, so I know it. But Friday, I should be on Friday. From work. I keep setting little dates for myself, and then something always comes up. But Friday, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be on.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Certainly my next week's show, I would think. Yeah.
So, all right. So this is what we're gonna do tonight. Monday Night Raw, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed this week, man. Matty Boone went and somehow got internet. Would you go to the Home Depot? go use the go use the Wi-Fi at McDonald's?
No, I've got a friend who gave me a key to her apartment, and then while she's at work, I go over and use her apartment because she's got free Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing. She didn't have a cell phone to give me. She needed to keep hers, so she turned her fucking kid's cell phone on for me and gave me that phone.
Well, anyway.
So we don't get it up.
Anyway, you saw clips I'm about to choke on my Pepsi. You saw clips of Monday Night Raw last night, right? You saw Triple H's return.
Yeah.
We had the scene.
I have the whole thing, but I didn't get through it. Like, so I just kind of skipped around and watched the main shit. But I saw everything important.
It was pretty good, brother. Last night was pretty good. I mean, the main.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't see everything. Was Undertaker on the show or no?
No. But I mean, I was talking to you, and you said kind of shut your mouth until we get on air, and then we'll talk about it here. But I feel like CM Punk's promo last night, and then when he hit I know it wasn't a planned spot in the main event, but when he hit the tombstone pile driver, all these are teases, man. There's major teases. I mean, if you looked at that promo that Punk cut last night, he's talking about the beginning of the end and phenoms and legends and da-da-da-da-da, and then
even with Tombstone, if you remember last year, Triple H did that. I think it was at a Madison Square Garden house show, like, before WrestleMania, and that was, like, the first sign that he was, going after Undertaker, doing his own move and shit. So
yeah, and
very similar.
And then I don't think it's a coincidence that next week's Raw is being built as an old school Raw, right? So they're bringing back the old theme music, and they're bringing back old talents, this, that, and the other thing. Old school Taker. I mean, I said it last.
Undertaker was on house show this weekend too. I mean, we'll talk about that, I'm sure, with the pictures and all that, which
right
would have been my job to post. But anyway, yeah, I heard he was at the house show and like even did a little spot, jumping off the rope and everything. So he's getting ready.
He's definitely getting ready, and the fact that he worked a house show, it's not like he's I mean, come on, dude. And then they aired. I just burped. I'm drinking Pepsi. They aired that tout video that you know what happened, dude? It eventually went up on at first it went up on YouTube.com, and then they immediately pulled it, right? Because WWE doesn't own any stock in YouTube, right? So they were like, fuck that, dude, get it off YouTube, and they put it on tout, right? So it was up on YouTube for about an hour on their official YouTube channel, and they make a little bit of money off that, but they own major stock in the tout thing that they do. So fuck it, take it off YouTube and promote it on tout, and that's what they did last night. That's what they did when it leaked out over the weekend. I think it was Saturday night that he came back. It was during UFC. That was a good UFC too, by the way.
I watched that thing.
Did you?
Got to see that. That's the first UFC I've seen in a while, but man, that main event was fucking insane.
Wasn't it, dude? It was crazy, man. It really was. It was nutso.
It would have been nice to see it live, but the thing that sucked was I knew exactly what was going to happen as I was watching it, so I didn't have the same suspense. For those who didn't see it, Ronda Rousey, she's won every fight by first round armbar, every fight she's ever had. Armbar in the first round. And in this fight, it looked like she was going to get choked out early on in the round. So if you're watching it live, you might think she might lose. But,
yeah.
I was watching it, I knew she would survive, and then she ended up pulling off the armbar in the first round with like 10 seconds left. So.
Well, and you know what else, dude, is that Liz Carmouche, although she lost the fight, man, she came out of that fight. I mean, listen, there was a ton of hype going into that, right? It was all over the media, ESPN, CNN.com, all these media outlets covered it, right? She looked good coming out of that fight, and I feel like...
She's on the map. She's definitely on the map now.
Right, yeah, she's definitely... I mean, I would say... I mean, who else is there? They've got, Misha Tate... who's the other one that's there? I know Cyborg.
They got Misha Tate. They got
Cyborg's. You're right.
Eric Kaufman. They got McMahon. I think it's Aaron McMahon too. And then Misha Tate would be the main one. That's the one to go next. As long as Misha Tate wins her next fight, that'll be a rematch.
Right.
They were two Hades though, so that'll be a good build up.
Yeah, I think Liz Carmouche is something to be reckoned with. And then I saw her come out. I didn't know going into the fight that she was a full-blown lesbian, dude. And she came out and was like,
you didn't watch the primetime thing, did you?
No, but I saw her mouthpiece when she was walking to the ring, and I'm like, Jesus, dude, Ronda, you better watch out. She's gonna try something on you. She's gonna be in there trying to grab your tits and shit. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? But
that's how they promoted the whole thing about it. She was basically the lesbian fighter, and then Ronda Rousey was this they talked about how Ronda Rousey's dad committed suicide, and how her mom was this badass judo fighter, and how she was the first ever person to win a medal in the Olympics, from the American women's team. So there was all kinds of cool shit in those prime times. If you would watch those and then the fight, it was all done perfectly. I'm looking forward to the buy rate of that show.
All right, so check it out. Besides, we'll get back into UFC. We'll talk about the co-main event, which was Lyoto Machida and Dan Henderson, a fight that I was really looking forward to. And God, it was the worst fight of the night, man. It sucked. It was horrible. Yeah, but
a lot of people thought that should have been the main event, so they were definitely wrong.
Yeah. Thank God that wasn't the main event. That was a horrible fight, dude. I felt like Machida was running away, man. To be honest with you, Machida was doing a little bit of running.
I mean, he's kind of like Klitschko, only for MMA.
Exactly. That's a good comparison, where it's always a boring fight, but he always wins. Klitschko always wins, but it's a boring fight. Same thing with Machida. He always wins, but it's a boring fight. By the way, Brian Stan has no chance against Anderson Silva. I can't believe they're doing that fight coming up, man. That's ridiculous.
They're not doing that.
It's Brian Stan and Anderson Silva. That's the next fight, right?
No. I'm doing Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva the next one.
Who's Brian Stan fighting next? He's got a fight coming up. I just read something about it today.
I know they talked about it. I don't remember. It's not Anderson Silva. No.
All right, you're right. It is Weidman and Silva. You're right on that. But Brian Stan's got a fight coming up that I was kind of surprised to, or maybe I reported it wrong on my MMA site, but I don't know. So anyway, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk Monday Night Raw. There was no pay-per-views or anything like that this weekend. God, the Oscars were on Sunday night. Good Lord, what a boring show, dude. Oh my God, the Oscars is the worst award show I've ever seen in my life, dude. And it's like the Super Bowl.
Seth MacFarlane hosting or
okay, he was great. All right, Seth MacFarlane saved the show. I thought his jokes were funny. I thought he was, he came out and tried to, put some life into that crowd. Hollywood is so fake, bro. You watch these people on the red carpet, right? And they, I would have to stand up to do it, right? Let me stand up. Check that. So you stand up, right? Listen, you stand
up there.
Hold on, I'm up. So you stand up, right? And all right, put your feet together. All right, do this with me. Everybody stand up. Get up a little bit. Stand up. Put your feet together. All right, now take the left foot and turn it to the left. All right, so now you got your right foot is forward, and you got the left foot going to the left, right? Now take your right arm and do like a, how do I explain it? Like a gay, like a hey, you know what I mean? You know how they do the
like a fruity,
like the gay.
Sign.
So then have.
I know where you're going.
So
then take your left foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey.
No. So you got the left foot turned, right? I'm still standing up. So you got the left foot turned and you got the hand out like that. Hey, you know what I mean, dude? And then they put on this fake smile.
You have to say hey.
No, but you put on a fake smile, right? You just put on this fucking fake smile, right? You take the photos and then the interviewers come up. What are you wearing? Oh, you look excellent. God, you look amazing tonight. Oh my God, I love the dress. Who's it by? Oh, this is Louis Vuitton. Oh, this is Claire. Oh, shut the fuck up. God, it was the most.
Have you ever seen the Oscars before? This is
no, but listen.
You know what it is? It's a big night for Hollywood to kiss each other's ass. Like, look how great we are. Look how good our movies were this year. Look how awesome and pretty we are. Our dresses.
But listen, all right. If you're not a football fan, let's say you don't like football, right? You still watch the Super Bowl even if you're not a fan of football. Why? Because it's the Super Bowl. Everybody watches the Super Bowl, right? It's the same thing with the Oscars.
That'd be like, no.
It's a great comparison.
What do you mean compare the ESPYs to the Oscars? Now, compare football would be like comparing whatever wins the Oscar. Like, what movie won the Oscar? Comparing Argo.
It is not, dude. If you think about it, bro, the Oscars are the Super Bowl of Hollywood. That's the main.
No.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
The Super Bowl is a game. It's not a fucking award.
Oh my God. Listen, you're looking way too far into that. Basically, you call everything. WrestleMania is the Super Bowl of WWE, and that's wrestling, and we're
jerk off the Slammies would be the Oscars.
So you're telling me wait a minute. So you're telling me the Oscars aren't an event? WrestleMania is an event. The Oscars are an event. It's an event. It's a big event.
The awards.
Oh God. Oh my God. You're fucking way off your rocker, dude. Get out of here. And you people in the chat, you're just as stupid as he is. Anyway, so the Oscars are the Super Bowl of Hollywood, right? You agree with that? Everybody agrees with that? It's the Super Bowl of Hollywood. So anyway, they just put on these fake ass acts and everything else. It's terrible. So I watched, and Seth MacFarlane, thank God for him, but good God, it was terrible. So anyway,
it just seems like it was
now
great.
listen.
He does the musicals and the singing and everything. I already did a song about how we get to see like your boobies in this movie and your boobies in that movie. And
yeah. So anyway, check this out. Basically, what the plan is, unless we've got a pay-per-view, for like the first 20 minutes every week, we're just going to kind of shoot the shit and do whatever, right? And then we'll get into pro wrestling later. So, for the last couple of weeks, right, 2 weeks ago, we had Christopher Dorner, right, blew himself up in a cabin caught fire, crazy story, right? Last week, we came on here, and that guy that was on...
you're going to go to Oscar Pistorius, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I got a better one.
You're going there. Okay, go ahead.
So, it's this week isn't that good. It's kind of been a quiet week, to be honest with you, but I got one for you this week. So, last week, we had the guy out on the freeway, and he was shooting random people, and then wound up killing himself, da-da-da-da-da-da. So this week, right? Oh, you know what? Before we get to this, I got a joke. And I just stole it from somebody on Twitter, man. Scott Stanford, the new WWE announcer, right? Check this.
Yeah.
You're gonna like this one, dude. Well, you know my jokes from before, right? What do you call fish with two knees? Toonie fish. What do you call? Wait a minute.
Everybody set your expectations really low.
No. Set them high for this one, right? What do you call fish with two knees? Toonie fish. What do you call a dog with two legs? Doesn't matter what you call it. It's only got two legs. It ain't gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So check this one out. Ready? A crab ate...
No. Two legs. I make her come all the time.
That's a golf clap. Yeah, give him the golf clap.
I just come up with that one right now.
All right, so listen, will you hear me out, man? I got a joke for you. Jesus. So a crab, right? We got a crab, and he's in a restaurant with a lobster, right? And the crab ate 3 clams, and he didn't share any with the lobster, right? So the crab ate 3 clams, and the lobster ate none. So the lobster said to the crab, "You're so shellfish." That's a good one. That's a good shellfish. You get it?
I was still back on the making your mom come too late. The more I think about it, that's actually really fucking clever.
Yo, come on, that's a good one. You guys are gonna remember that. Get out of here, dude. Let me one more time.
I saw something like that on a popsicle stick. I was eating a popsicle, and it'll tell you the question of the joke, and then when you're done eating the popsicle, it'll give you the little dumb answer. And I think that was one of them.
One more time, just so people. One more time, just so people don't forget it. So the crab and the lobster went to the restaurant, right? And the crab ate 3 clams, while the lobster ate none. So the lobster said to the crab, "You're so shellfish." It's a good one. The fuck out of here. So anyway.
Because it's close to selfish, right?
Waka waka. So anyway, check it out, dude. Here's the wild story of the week. It's really not. I mean, there's no police chases or anything, right? But so there's a family, right? And that was kind of the lead-in, dude. Shellfish, and we're talking about fish in the ocean and crabs and lobsters, right? That come from the ocean. So anyway, the U.S. Coast Guard today is suspending a search for California. They were out in California, just off San Francisco, 29-foot sailboat, right? And apparently they were about 65 miles offshore. They had no GPS. No nothing, right? And the boat starts sinking. And they are losing power on board this boat. And there is a wife, a husband, and 2 children. One is a 4-year-old and his younger cousin. Or an 8-year-old, and then the younger cousin was 4, right? So there's 2 adults and 2 kids on the boat, right? And the boat is sinking, and they're losing power. So they call into the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard hears, "This is the charm blow. We are abandoning ship." And that's all the Coast Guard heard. And then they were talking about they had some coolers on board that they were all going to try to kind of float with. They were going to try to attach a bunch of coolers today. And float around on this thing until the Coast Guard could get out there and do a search and try to find him in the middle of the ocean, right? So the Coast Guard goes out there and they're searching. They did a search the size of West Virginia, and there's nothing, right? They spent over $300,000 on search efforts, right? And they've been out there for 2 or 3 days. Turns out today, it was all a hoax. Somebody called the Coast Guard and said, "I'm out in the middle of the ocean. I got my kids. I got my wife here. We're abandoning ship." They spent $300,000. A great story that I had you guys all entertained to right there, and it was all a hoax. You believe that?
Oh, you're talking. Oh, okay, so you know what? You know how unentertaining that story was. Here's how the human brain works.
Yes.
All right, as an example.
Okay.
Okay, my brain was filtering two things right now. One, the left half of my brain was hearing the story you were telling, and I had the option to go listen to that story and take notes and respond to that story, or the right side of my brain was staring at the wall in front of me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just a blank wall.
Yeah.
You know, I had the option of either listening to that story or staring at the wall. I went with the wall.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't hear a word you said. Yeah, that's how boring that is.
Fuck out of here, dude. That was a good story, dude.
Paddle shift in the game. I missed it. I don't know.
I don't swim in the ocean. I won't go in the ocean. There's some weird shit in there. There's stuff in the ocean that people have never seen. That was a cool story, bro, by the way. Did you see the sign?
I get stung by them fucking jellyfish when I go in the ocean. I hate it. They burn.
Ah, dude, there's weird things in the... dude. I'll only swim...
People
I won't...
here, it's so casual, too. They pick the jellyfish up, they get washed up, and they throw them at you. Like it's a fucking game. I'm like, don't throw that fucking thing at me, man.
The only type of pool that I'll swim in, it's got to be an underground pool, and somebody's got to check the filter off on the side. You know how they got that little filter? To make sure there's no frogs or nothing in there before I jump in, because I don't know if a frog's over there hiding out in the corner or whatever. And the above ground pools, somehow frogs can leap like 6 feet in the air, dude, and they get under the... Wait a minute.
You wear like shoes in the pool, like the water shoes, and you got like the of screen on your nose and the fucking like the floaties on your arms. I'm picturing all the fucking get up right now.
Well, I don't wear the.
You gotta take the filter and another pool to get in the water. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah. How do you know you're not swimming in that pool and that frog don't come fucking leaping out of the filter into the pool with you, dude? Get out of here. What if you were swimming in an underground pool, dude, and this frog starts fucking swimming on by? You jump the fuck out of that pool, dude, and you never go. Hell yeah.
That manly and be like, you fucking pussy. It's just a frog, because I hate him too. But what's it gonna do? Touch your arm? Just swim away from it.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm not touching no frog. I'm not getting no pool that's got frogs. And then, for the above ground pools, you know how most above ground pools, they got them flaps. There's like flaps on the side. Well, the frogs get under there and they hide underneath inside those flaps. So, I'm not going in no fucking above ground pool, and I'm not swimming in the ocean. I'm not swimming in a lake, because there's big ass fish, dude. People go fishing in lakes, dude. People go fishing in lakes, and they catch like fucking 20-pound fish coming out of those lakes. You're swimming in that shit, dude. You're swimming with fucking beasts of fish. Get out of here. Hell no, dude.
People fish in the lake too. It's disgusting. Well, what about a bubble bath? Will you take a bubble bath without checking like for frogs and stuff? Is that safe enough, or?
No, see, I got a fear of drains, bro. I don't like the drains. So if I were to fill the tub up, dude,
Christ, you can't take bubble baths.
I got a weird thing with water, bro. But it's fucking weird, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, so whatever. Get out of here. Fuck you guys in the chat. Get out of here. Speaking
I
of
can't imagine what they're saying. My good God. If I was in there, I would be leading the pack. Like, this fucking pussy fucking water.
Get out of here. So anyway, check it out. We're gonna get the plugs out of the way. We're gonna get into Monday Night Raw. We gotta talk about this Zeb Coulter gimmick, dude. That he keeps cutting these promos, about immigrants crossing over the border and taking all the jobs in America. Da 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 da. Yo, everything he's saying, bro, is dead on. It's 100% dead. I'm gonna open up a can of worms with this, dude, but everything this guy is saying, that's the thing about it, dude. I had people on Twitter, right? I put this post up on Facebook last night, and I said, yo, everything right now that Zeb Coulter is talking about is 100% true. These Mexicans, they come across from Mexico, they jump the border, then they come to America, and they take our jobs, dude. They go out there, you see them mowing lawns, and I'm not trying to be racist, right? I'm really not, dude.
Amazing. I thought you were joking. You sound unbelievably
Okay.
What the fuck
All right.
are you doing,
All right, but wait a minute. I sound unbelievably racist. Okay, wait a minute. Hear me out. Hear me. Wait a minute. So that's what I'm saying. And am I wrong when I say that? When I say, wait a minute. Wait.
It's a terrible joke, but you did a joke earlier. Marty Lang says the joke. He references Dana Carr from the Ku Klux Klan, who said,
"Wait a minute,
the Mexicans will outnumber the humans." That's what he said.
Yo, he's probably right. Dude,
that's a fucking racist joke.
Let me tell you. Okay. So when this dude says, what? You can't admit it? You don't want to look like a racist right now? Listen, you're telling me that Mexicans...
I wouldn't have done anything I
Wait a minute. Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. You're telling me that hundreds of thousands of Mexicans per year cross the border from Mexico to the United States. They're here illegally, right? There's tons of Mexicans. You see them down there in Florida. They're all over Texas. They're all over Arizona, right? They're in the United States illegally. It's a proven fact, Boone. It's a proven fact. And then what do? They go out and they mow lawns. They mow lawns and they take construction jobs. They go to a local street corner and they stand there. And the boss of a construction company comes down and picks them up and says, "Hey, I'll pay you $6 an hour to come help me put some roofing up." Da 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 da. They're in here illegally. As soon as they're caught, if they're busted with drugs, if they're busted with whatever, dude, as soon as they're caught, they're deported back to Mexico. Am I lying when I say that, dude? I'm not lying, bro. And that's exactly what Zeb Coulter is talking about in his promos, where Mexicans come over and they take jobs that regular Americans that have
Arabs that come over that don't become citizens and they set up
right.
What about all the
okay, but that's not that.
With every nationality.
I'm signaling them out Mexicans because I'm talking about the gimmick that WWE is doing that involves Alberto Del Rio and Mexicans and what Zeb Coulter's talking about. Of course, there's people from other countries that come over and do the exact same things as the Mexicans, right? Of course there are, dude, but that doesn't have anything to do with the current gimmick that WWE is doing right now, dude. They're talking about Del Rio. They're talking about Mexico.
Agree with it. You're saying that it's
I don't. I don't agree with it. I think it's fucking bullshit. Dude, if a Mexican wants to come over here, they can come over here, but learn how to speak our language and get a citizenship in America. Don't come over here illegally. What?
God, I wish I was Jerry. You don't watch movies. You sound like this one scene in American History X where they get fed up with all the Mexicans taking the jobs, and then they go to the Mexican store and like fucking beat the shit out of all of them and like pour beans on them and shit. And you sound like that. I mean, you're one step away from that. It's pretty fucking bad.
Yo, wait a minute. Let me ask you guys in the chat. You just heard what I had to say, right? Am I wrong? Do we not have Mexicans coming over here illegally and working? And mowing lawns and doing construction. Am I wrong when I say that? If not, you see, everybody says, yeah, I'm right.
Okay, you're right. For the sake of argument.
Wait, why won't you? You seriously can't admit it, dude. Do you know how many illegal immigrants come over here every single? You don't read up on national media or anything like that, dude. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Illegal immigrants, yes. Illegal Mexican immigrants. Why are you singling out Mexican? Because it's an angle, but yeah, but then you're agreeing with it still wholeheartedly. Why wouldn't you say in general it's a problem and WWE's capitalizing on it because they have a Mexican superstar they're trying to turn babyface?
There you go.
Okay. But that's the only reason they're singling out one nationality is because the guy they're trying to turn babyface happens to be Mexican. You're acting like it's this big epidemic in America that we need to solve, and you're
no.
the line like a race.
Dude, I am. I'm just agreeing. All I said when I opened up this conversation, dude, all I'm saying is everything Zeb Coulter is saying, as far as the current gimmick is concerned, everything that he is saying is right on the money. I don't.
Right, well, so by your standards, by your theory, then Zeb Coulter's a babyface. I haven't really seen too much of his gimmick, but is he a babyface or a very nasty heel?
No, he's a heel. He's a heel, but right, he's a heel. This is because this is Vince McMahon who feels the exact same way as Zeb Coulter and feels the exact same way that a lot of Americans.
In the world than Vince McMahon.
Dude, he feels the exact same way.
Satan.
Hey, Vince feels the exact same way that I do, and that millions of other Americans feel. A lot of the people in the chat feel the same way. That he's kind of a baby face to people that know how many illegal Mexicans really do cross over here. Not just Mexicans. Not just Mexicans, but all over the place. And I'm not saying Mexicans are hard workers, bro. They come over here and they work their ass off for a very little amount of money. They do, man. They work for a very little amount of money, but they're making more over here than what they can make in Mexico. So they do come over here.
Let me give you an example to try and put it into perspective. You said they work hard, they come over here, this and that. It's all they, so they're all the same in your mind. Italians work hard too, right? I'm Italian. I don't work hard at all. I'm lazy as shit. So you can't say all Italians work hard because guess what? I'm Italian and I'm lazy as a motherfucker.
I didn't say.
They all work hard.
Yo, dude. I didn't.
Nobody's the same.
Yo, I didn't say all. I never brought up the word all Mexicans come over here. I didn't say all.
All of them in one.
I said Mexicans are
hard.
You're looking way too far into this. I said Mexicans are hard workers. Americans are hard workers too. Not all Americans are real hard workers. A lot of them are lazy. They're fat. They sit on their ass. They play video games all day. Da 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 da. It's the same thing with Mexicans. A lot of them they don't do anything. They're lazy. They do the same thing. They play their video games.
Larry, let's restate what you just said then. Some of Mexicans are hard workers. Some Mexicans aren't. The same way Americans are.
Yeah.
That's the thing you're supposed to do.
Well, There aren't. I will agree with this, man. Mexicans that do come over here illegally, and they cross the border, right? Some of them do. Some of them go through and they get a citizenship in America, and I can respect that, man. If you come over here, you want to learn to speak the English language, you want to get an American citizenship, no doubt, come on over, you know what I mean? But do it the right way. And the problem is that hundreds of thousands of Mexicans, illegal immigrants, have come over here over the last couple of years, man, and they haven't filed for a citizenship, man. I'm not trying to be a dick. It may sound like I'm trying to be a dick. I'm just, listen, I agree with what Zeb Coulter is saying, and I know he's a heel, but a lot of fans, a lot of Americans, if you follow the national news and you know how many illegal immigrants come over from Mexico, you damn right. He's right. He's right with what he's saying. So that's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No, the crowd that he's speaking in front of is, I'd say, I don't know, 90% American, right?
Yo, they were in Dallas, Texas last night, and there was a pop for something that he said last night. There was a pop for something. Almost like, you know what, this motherfucker's right now. You know, they popped, the crowd popped for him, and he's supposed to be a mega heel. You know, so what are you gonna do? You know?
You know, they were in Texas, where they based Django Unchained off of the racist. I mean, I guess my point was going to be, if he's saying all this shit in front of 90% Americans and they're booing the fuck out of him, and obviously not everybody agrees with what he's saying the way you do. I would say that they think he's a big piece of shit, and mainly because of what he says.
Yeah, because he's telling the truth, so he's a big piece of shit, dude. Get out of here.
The truth hurts. Okay, that's your theory. All right.
That's my thing. Yo, the truth does hurt, man. Some people don't. I had a guy on Twitter last night, man, who went off the fucking wall when I put that up. It's, I'll never visit your site again, you racist motherfucker, you da 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 da. I got a lot of Mexican friends, man. I got friends that are Arab.
Who's your best Mexican friend? What's his name?
Oh God, I don't know. I've hung out with
Rivera. That's who you gonna go with?
Oh man, dude, he owes me money. He owes me money, man. Jose.
Right.
Yeah, remember the advertising company? He owes me a lot of money from that when he went out of business.
That's not gonna be a problem.
You know, dude, he does owe me money, bro. That's yo, you give me a whole
like scumbag advertisers that just take your money, like shithead wrestling promoters that book you and then never pay you. You know.
Right. I got my buddy Raj. Right, Raj is from overseas. You know, so he's maybe he's not. Yeah. Moving on, dude. Moving on. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, listen, some people are gonna agree with that. Some people are not gonna agree with it. But I feel listen. I got black friends. I got Mexican friends. I'm not by no means racist. I just feel like all Zeb Coulter was saying last night, that a lot of illegal immigrants come over here and they take Americans' jobs, and that is the case. That is what's happening if you follow the national news, and there's no other way around it. You know what I mean? I don't know. So anyway,
if you follow the national news, like it's a new thing. What the fuck?
No, but a lot of people wouldn't know how many illegal immigrants cross over the border on a weekly or a monthly or on a yearly basis unless they follow the national media. And when they find out that there's hundreds of thousands of them that have come over, you know, and that are here illegally, you know how many people get deported back to Mexico from America on a daily basis? God, I can't imagine the figures, but I'm sure it's in the hundreds or thousands on a daily basis, you know. So, anyways, what else? Let's get the plugs out of the way.
I could keep going. We don't want to spend any more time on that subject, right? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I guess we can do a lead-in. Jack Swagger, Zeb Coulter, the manager of Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger was arrested last Tuesday night. He was leaving the SmackDown tapings. They taped WWE SmackDown on Tuesday. It's going to be a late night, by the way. They're in Texas tonight, so it is going to be, I think it's a 2-hour delay Central Time out there, so it's going to be a late night. We're talking 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning before SmackDown spoilers are up on the websites. But he was arrested last week for DUI, and it was basically, the whole thing was he was pulled over going 10 miles per hour over the speed limit. They then searched his vehicle and his possession and found him in possession of marijuana. So he was arrested for DUI. A lot of people automatically assume DUI is, you're drinking and you're getting fucked up. He wasn't drunk. DWI is driving while intoxicated. DUI is driving under the influence. So basically, there was no alcohol or anything like that that was involved. The cops simply felt that he was high, that he had smoked some pot. They smelt it in the car.
And smelt it, yeah.
Right, smelt it in the car, and then did a search of him and found the marijuana on him. So they charged him with DUI and marijuana possession. Now, everybody says, well, that's it, WrestleMania, it's over. It's not gonna. He's in the world title match. He's in one of the top matches at WrestleMania. You got to remember this, guys. In WWE, if you smoke marijuana, it's not a strike on the wellness policy. It's a fine. It's nothing more than, I think it's like a $2,500 fine. And a lot of guys, we don't often hear about it because it's not announced via WWE.com that somebody failed for a, marijuana violation or anything like that. But a lot of these guys are getting suspended and they pay the fine. They'll go and they'll pay the fine. So when I first heard about it, and everybody said, well, he's going to be suspended, this, that, and the other, I'm thinking, no, he's probably going to get a fine, no doubt, and they're probably going to give him a good lashing, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? We're putting you in a main event match at WrestleMania, and now you're getting arrested for pot, dude. You can't be doing this to us, And then not only that, but at the same time that he got arrested, Glenn Beck from, God, is it Fox News? I think it may be Fox News. He came out and trashed WWE for the whole Zeb Coulter storyline, right? And, the promos that they had been cutting. So, could be a case of Glenn Beck kind of saved Jack Swagger's job because WWE's been getting so much.
What I heard it was like Swagger, okay, everybody knows he's suspended, and like you said, it's not a big deal. Wrestlers fail marijuana tests all the time, but I think it was that, like you said, he had so many fuck-ups in the past in the WWE. They kept him off TV to repackage him. They bring him back. They're giving him this huge push, biggest push of his career, world title match, WrestleMania. Couldn't get any bigger. Controversial storyline. Everything's going good. He's only a week or two into it, and then he fucks everything up by getting busted for pot. And I think it was more the fact that it made TMZ and it made the press, and the fact that the storyline is so such a media attention, like you said, with the Glenn Beck thing, which, like you said, it's probably going to end up helping them because the fact that it's become such a media thing, it's like they can't just drop it and say, well, we don't want to trust our stock in this guy because he fucked up, with DUI or whatever, So I guess the fact that it's become such a national story with the Glenn Beck jumping on it, and I think they even invited him to Raw and he turned it down, and I guess that's saving them because they realize they got something, and they're like, well, let's really keep
well, they invited him to Monday Night Raw, and he declined it. I can't remember the exact quote. He says, I'm currently booked doing anything else. It was kind of a cool shot back, like, you just got bits left, man. He said, I'm currently booked doing anything else, which was an awesome fucking reply.
He got bitch slapped, but in a sense, they knew damn well he wasn't coming. They only invited him to keep the fucking media attention.
Of course,
he'd respond, that'd be another story in the headline.
Right, and they, like you said, dude, they knew that he wasn't coming. So yesterday, WWE sent Michael Cole along with a camera crew, and they entered the studios where he tapes his show about an hour before he was scheduled to tape his show. And they walked into the lobby, they went to the front desk, and they said, hey, we want to speak to Glenn Beck. We're on behalf of WWE. All the security came down, and they escorted Michael Cole out of the building and said, get out of here. Glenn Beck's not even here right now. And Michael Cole said, well, he's got to be here. He's up there taping his TV show right now. What are you talking about? And they said, if you don't get out...
Where's this air? Was this on Raw?
They were going to air it on Raw. I think what they wanted was a reaction from Glenn Beck, whether they could catch him in the lobby or whether they could just catch him.
That's what I'm saying. Did you see this video or did you just hear about
and
it?
Then,
on Towel or something?
It didn't air on Monday Night Raw, so they put it up on WWE.com, and then they sent out a full-fledged press release yesterday to all the media outlets, and came to my inbox, man. WWE sent it to my inbox along with... They sent out a presser today, dude. Saturday Morning Slam. Show that nobody gives a fuck about, dude. They're going to do like a general manager type storyline over the course of the next couple of weeks. So they're sending out all these press releases, especially with Glenn Beck, you know. But so they put this video up on WWE.com, and then they titled it Glenn Beck hides from WWE was the name of the presser that came into my my inbox yesterday. Glenn Beck hides from WWE. The fuck out of here. He wants nothing to do with WWE. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's addressed it. You know, I think he's just gonna move on and say, fuck this dude. They're just trying to capitalize off me now. You know, they're trying to get some media attention.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he's not stupid, you know. So anyway, we got that, and then we've got about 15 or 20 minutes to talk Monday Night Raw from last night. I mean, we already talked about the Zed Coulter and the Jack Swagger, you know, the whole promo that they had.
Those goddamn Mexicans. Yeah.
The Z? Now that's a racist, dude. Those goddamn Mexicans. Now you want to be racist,
that was
motherfucker.
on purpose.
Yeah, get out of here. So anyway, they kicked it off, dude. They had we knew this going in that the previous week Vince McMahon said, Paul Heyman, I want you out there. I want you in the ring next week. We're gonna fight, right? So Paul Heyman Vince McMahon opened the show, came to the ring, and he's on crutches, right? There was a reason why he was on crutches, man. They used
hip surgery.
Yeah. So anyway, a couple of weeks ago, I had hip surgery, right? So Vince calls out Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman comes out and he says, yo, listen, if you really want to fight me, dude, you've put a lot of people out of business, including myself, right? So if you really want to fight, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to basically beat the shit out of you, right? I'm not holding back.
The one line that really stood out to me that Heyman said, not to interrupt you for the 10 trillionth time, but he said something like, you portray me as a wimp on TV, but the truth is, I'm a bad motherfucker. You just make me look like a wimp on TV, and I'm about to come in and fuck you up and prove that I'm a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. So last week, you probably don't remember, but last week I said, this is what's going to happen. Vince McMahon is going to come out to the ring. He's going to call out Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's going to come out to the ring. They're going to be about to fight. Brock Lesnar's music is going to hit. Brock Lesnar.
I know you're about to take credit for the most obvious fucking playing out of a storyline in history.
Well, wait a minute, dude.
On.
Clearly, it was obvious, right? You could predict this from a mile away.
Yes.
But let me say something.
Last week, kudos for not trying to just do some cheap surprise.
But wait a minute. Last week, when I brought this up, you said no, not happening. And then last week I said Boone, and then what's going to happen is this man is going to come out. And then, oh, you're right, you're absolutely right, dude. That's how it went down last week on this show. You called me wrong, it wasn't gonna happen, none of this stuff was gonna happen, and then, after I played Triple H's theme, it was, oh yeah, you're right.
Listen, I can't very well disagree with you because I don't remember last week, but, I don't see why I would disagree with that. It's so fucking obvious. They come out for the street fight, Brock comes out, Triple H makes a save, and that's that.
So you don't see why you would disagree? I can tell you why, because you were highly intoxicated. So that would make the real...
The DWI one, not the DU, or whatever the worst one is. I was that one.
Oh, what were you driving? Well, DWI would mean...
driving you insane. I wasn't driving.
There you go. Driving you insane. That's a good one, right on the fly, buddy. Right on the fly. That was good. All right.
I know what I'm here for.
Yeah. So anyway,
Let's say if the carpenter lays your carpet down, you go, "Hey, good job, carpenter! You put the carpet down." And I'm supposed to tell jokes.
So anyway, they came out, right? And Triple H comes out, just played his theme. Brock Lesnar came out. He was about to take out Vince McMahon, right? And Triple H comes out, makes the save, and then they brawl around the ring. Now, I don't know if you know...
With the blood?
No. before we get to the blood, what was up with the? It's one of two things. Triple H either number one pissed his pants, or number two had some serious swamp ass. It was yo. I listen. I put some photos up today on WZ. Here's a cheap plug. You can go to WZROnline.com right now, right? I put some photos up, dude, and you look. It's oh God, how do I explain that? Listen, just let me explain this without everybody getting all on my case.
I'm already about to get in your case. I watched the whole segment. I didn't notice a motherfucking thing, so you're going to have to fill me in on this one.
Triple H was in a pair of jeans that were...
See, I didn't even remember that. I just remember he didn't have long hair.
He was in a pair of jeans that were fairly tight around the...
What color were they?
The blue jeans that were fairly tight around the crotch area. And...
Did he have a belt on?
I don't know. So I was
like, you're checking him out a little too hard there. Good for you. You don't know
it was kind of tough to miss, to be honest with you. So they're rolling around. On the ground, this, that, and the other thing. And you know, when they roll around on the ground and the dude's kind of wearing tight jeans and the camera's right up on him, and there's just a big ass wet spot, like, on the crotch area, but that came up towards the ass crack of the jeans. You know what I'm saying, dude? If you were watching it, all right? If you were watching it on TV, you couldn't miss it. You couldn't. You guys know in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. It was right in your face. It was right there in your face. This big ass fucking wet spot on his ass. On the lower part of his ass and on the crotch. All right? You know I'm right. And you couldn't miss it.
Listen,
so
I didn't catch it, but I'm not saying you're wrong. But A, I know what swamp ass is, as much as I hate to admit it, I've been there.
Yeah.
B, I didn't catch the swamp ass from Triple H on Raw. But C, might not have been swamp ass. You forget, he comes out with a giant bottle of water and pours it all over himself.
Now listen.
Been water.
I put that. He didn't pour it over his face though. But I would need.
He put the water and all that. He did that before he came out. I thought he was going to come running out, but he did his whole entrance.
Yeah, but this was like a perfect placement. It was like a perfect round. It was like a perfect a round wet spot, dude, where it was, I mean, you could tell, like, if somebody throws a water bottle, dude, there's gonna be, you know, on your pants, it's not gonna look like a perfect round circle planted right on the dude's ass, right? I mean, it was...
You know what sharding is? Maybe he sharded.
Maybe he sharded, or maybe he just hadn't come out in a couple of months and got that crowd pop and maybe peed his pants. I think he might have pissed his pants. I think he might have heard the crowd pop and was like, damn, dude, couldn't hold it. It just came out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Your theory is after 20 years of getting popped, Triple H has been away for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Came back.
Listen. All right. I'll bring this up. Triple H is.
That's one theory.
Triple H he's in a management role, right? And think about this. About an hour before Raw, things are crazy backstage, bro. You're going on live TV and you're trying to get everybody in their places, and it's hectic, man. About an hour before, maybe the dude didn't have a chance to go to the bathroom because he was trying to set up for live TV. Didn't have a chance to make it to the stall so that when he came. Listen, brother, I'm just saying, something happened, bro. Something happened. A nice, perfect, I don't want to say a nice, but a perfect round spot between the crotch and somebody's ass don't happen like that, bro. Something happened on the way to the ring where he either, like you said, sharded himself or peed his pants. One of the two, right? Am I wrong?
I mean, listen, if he peed himself, I didn't see it. I'm going to go with this crazy fucking story you're telling here, but if he did see himself, it wasn't because the crowd scared him. It was, I mean, maybe Brock hit him too hard or something, but he didn't piss himself because he was shocked from the pop.
Listen, you know how people come out, right? Like The Rock came out a couple of months ago, and he's like,
he was just on at the Academy Awards, Raw doing the.
But people come out and they're like, damn, I got goosebumps, man. They get goosebumps, right? That crowd pop, and you're like, ooh, you know. You could even The Rock even came out when he returned. He said, damn, I got goosebumps right now. Look at my arms right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
You can control.
Maybe you can't. Maybe you get that pop and it's like goosebumps for some people, right? Some people got fetishes. Some people got different fetishes. You know, some people like feet. Some people like licking ass. Some people like doing different things. Maybe some people get goosebumps for a crowd pop. Maybe other people pee their pants. I don't know.
He's not a new guy.
No, I know.
Why would he just now start pissing himself? This, you've got to be joking.
No, I'm saying, dude, he's
using. Sit here and try and tell the audience that Triple H, a 20-year veteran who's gotten every pop in every country in the world, is going to come out and piss himself because he's been out TV for like a month or two. This retarded.
I'm saying, bro, the dude's got pop after pop. He's got thousands of pops over his career, right? Come on, bro, it's Triple H. The dude is used to a massive pop like that. Sometimes your body reacts differently. Okay? Sometimes the body reacts differently, and maybe this time, when he heard the pop, something is bladder popped. I don't know, bro. You heard the pop of the crowd?
I don't know why you're stuck on this pop thing, okay? Listen, I don't even know if he peed himself. I'm just going with that theory. I can't argue that because I can't see the pictures, and I didn't notice it when I watched the clip. But follow my logic here. You're stretching so far, like, okay, maybe Brock didn't even pee himself. If there was piss, okay? I'm just saying there was.
Okay.
Where do you get this? Where do you get this that he pissed himself because of the pop? You just said, well, he's management now. Maybe he was busy and he didn't get to go to the bathroom backstage. And you know how when you're busy and you're getting popped, but you're stretching things so far to make your case. It's ridiculous.
It could have been a number of things. It doesn't. It may not have been the crowd pop when he came out through the curtain. It may not have been that. Like you said earlier, it could have been a case of sharding. It could have been a case of swamp ass before he came out. Maybe he was sitting down for a while, right? It could have been the water. Like it could have been anything. I'm just saying something happened on the way to the ring where that spot wound up there. What happened? I don't know. I can't tell you.
You're bringing this to maybe the crowd startled him so much.
Yeah, and you're saying, well, maybe he shorted in his pants, right? You're coming up with conclusions. You're coming.
I don't even know if you're telling the truth right now. Maybe he just had like a towel in his pants and you're going way over.
Well, you're the only one that doesn't have internet. Anybody in this chat room, anybody listening live, has seen the photos on WZROnline.com, and there is a clear wet spot on the man's crotch and ass, dude. So something happened. I mean, you're saying you're coming back. This is your comeback. I don't even know if it happened. I'm telling you, it did happen. If you go,
that was a preamble. I was practicing what I was about to say, which was I haven't seen it. I'm assuming you're right, but if you are right, why is it the pop that made him piss himself?
Okay.
There's a million other reasons he could have a wet ass, not because he was scared so much from people cheering.
Wait a minute.
Come on.
And what did I just tell you? I just got done telling you. It could have been the crowd pop. It could have been the water. It could have been sharding. It could have been swamp ass. It could have been anything. I'm not saying it was the pop, bro. I'm saying it could have been anything. What do you think it was? It could have been anything, right?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I just assumed maybe Brock like squeezed him and he pissed himself. You know what I mean? Like you get in a headlock that's too tight.
You're stretching, Boone. You're stretching it. See what you're doing to me, bro? See what you're doing?
Sharing the pit that he was saying, woohoo!
All right, so you're saying that maybe. So wait a minute.
For like Triple H comes out and they're like, it was so loud that you're like, you know what? I just pissed myself watching TV.
All right, so what do you?
I've seen pops like this on TV every week, but this one caught me off guard a little bit. So a little dribble came out.
So what are you saying? What are you saying? Like when they were rolling around on the ground, maybe Brock grabbed his dick, squeezed the dick a little bit, and some squirted out. Maybe got him in the stomach.
That's your
punched.
Fantasy, man. I said he had a headlock on him. Man.
The fuck? Yo.
Fucking third-base sex on TV and shit. Jesus Christ.
Gave him a little pinch of the dick, dude, and some squirted out, dude. What the fuck, dude?
I can't believe we just killed an hour talking about Mexicans and urine. Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
Man, oh man, oh man. I don't know. All I can say is there was a big-ass wet spot on his crotch and his ass, and something happened between on his way to the ring and the brawl with Brock Lesnar. At some point during that time, something happened inside the pants of Triple H. I don't know what it was, dude. Neither do you. But
here in hour number 1.
Yeah, I don't know. It's classic, man. It's classic WZR. We get off topic. So anyway. So,
there's your whole question. Where do you think Triple H's piss came from?
You want me to ask it? Let's go ask it. So wait a minute. We'll put this
up. You really want to take it. If you have the ball to put a fucking poll about if you're right about the Mexican situation up on your site, because you're going to drive away all your fans if that's your poll. I would go with the piss poll.
All right, so give me a piss poll that I can put up for these people in
What was Triple H's wet spot? Because let's assume it's piss. What was Triple H's pee spot on his pants from?
No, because we need sharding for an answer. Sharding has to be one of the answers.
Okay. What was on? Okay, you're right. We got sharding, swamp ass.
What was Triple H's wet spot? What was Triple H's wet spot from? Okay, and then
what was the wet spot on Triple H's pants from on Raw? That would be the question.
What was Triple H's wet spot from?
What was the wet spot on Triple H's pants from Raw?
Wet spot on Triple H's. We have phone calls too. Pants from Raw. Let's see if some of the caller. Let's see. All right, caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, you guys talking about Triple H's wet spot and everything like that. I just want to tell you something.
Okay.
I just watched as you guys were talking about it. You notice how he was taking forever to walk to the ring?
He was doing what on the way to the ring?
Taking forever to walk there instead of like a normal return running to the ring. He was like walking there.
Right.
Maybe he was like holding in like a shit or something like that, but then he didn't expect Brock Lesnar to come after him, lead him in the bed, and then it came out.
You may be right. See?
That could be it.
So that could be it. So anyways, what was the wet spot on Triple H's pants?
We got the options.
What are the options?
Let's put urine.
No, we'll put a urine.
Swamp ass. You got to use that word.
All right. Swamp ass.
Sharding, I mean.
Sharding. So we got urine.
Okay,
sharding.
Water from his water bottle.
And then water or water bottle? Water bottle?
Water bottle. Yeah.
All right.
Bottle leak or something.
All right, so the poll's going up. What was the wet spot on Triple H's pants from Raw? I gotta put from on here.
Oh, wait, you know what you should make one of the options?
What?
What wet spot with a question mark?
Okay.
People who have no idea what you're talking about, like me.
What wet spot? We can't do the who
There
can't.
you go.
All right, what wet spot? All right, so what was the wet spot on Triple H's pants from Raw from? Urine, swamp ass, sharding, water bottle, what wet spot? Go vote right now. WZROnline.com. It's on the right-hand side of the website. The poll is up. We're going to give you guys the results at the end of hour number 2 before we go off the air here tonight, and then we're going to continue.
I promise you it's the only poll in the planet that has swamp ass and sharding as options. There's no other poll on the internet that has those two options right now. I guarantee it.
We're making history, I guess, dude.
There you go. That's the fun. Breaking down barriers, and we're not talking about Mexican barriers either. We're just talking about metaphorical barriers, if you will.
You know, he could have. Nah, I'm not gonna go there. Anyways, so what else happened? We have 1 minute before we got to go to the break. Real quick, all right, before we go to the break, CM Punk had a promo last night, right? And no, you know what? We'll hold off on that until we come back because we're going to get into that. Right. We had Ryback against Dolph Ziggler. This was a really good match, man. They gave it a lot of time. Ryback wound up getting the win in the end with the shell shock. So they had a good match, too. So that was that.
It was a good match, and it's also something to where you see how loaded the roster is going into WrestleMania, where you're like, with Raw, you're like, all right, where's the Undertaker segment? Where's the Rock segment? Where's the Punk segment? Where's the Triple H segment? Where's the Brock segment? You forget about guys like Ryback and Dolph Ziggler. Like, you're like, oh shit, these guys are still around too. The Shield's still around. You know what I mean?
Check this out though, and I was thinking it last night. And there's you've got 5 or 6 weeks until WrestleMania. Keep in mind you've got Big E Langston out there, and I know he's a new guy. He's only been around for a couple of weeks. But I'm just thinking at WrestleMania, you know how they like to have that that moment where it's two big guys in the ring, and they like to have them face to face, with the big stare down, and can Ryback pick up somebody like a Mark Henry or a Biggie Langston and hit him with the shell shock, and Ryback gets his big WrestleMania moment. Would they do a Ryback versus Biggie Langston match at WrestleMania? They would really have to start pushing Biggie Langston over the course of the next couple of weeks to get him involved in an angle with Ryback. But I can just see it, man. The two of those guys, Ryback and Biggie Langston, face to face in the middle of the ring in front of 80,000 people. It's two big guys. Maybe it won't happen. You guys
on paper, but neither of them can really afford a loss. Ryback is retiring on being a mid-carder again.
No.
And Big E isn't really established yet, so you can't have him losing already either. It's kind of tricky to book that match.
Right, and Biggie Langston is just Biggie Langston's just not over enough at this point to be in a match of that magnitude at WrestleMania. Nonetheless, they would job him out anyways because Ryback would get his big WrestleMania moment. That would be the whole point of the match. Ryback gets his big WrestleMania moment where he's able to pick up a guy like Biggie Langston, put him over the top of his head, and hit him with the shell shock. That would be the big WrestleMania moment that they're looking for. It doesn't matter anyway. Biggie Langston is basically a sidekick of Dolph Ziggler anyways, so he's not, it wouldn't hurt to have him.
Shawn Michaels, like the bodyguard.
Yeah, and put him in that role. We'll see what happens over the course of the next couple of weeks, what they do with Ryback at WrestleMania. But that's an option. I'm not saying it's going to happen, and a lot of you guys in the chat room are saying, no, there's no chance that's going to happen. And you guys may be right, I may be wrong, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. But it probably won't happen. Biggie Langston, he's not over enough right now to be, in a main event, match. Not a main event match, but a big match like that at WrestleMania.
If they want him to get over, they can't have him losing already either, so it's just double bad. But all right, rapid fire. We want in hour number 2, and the way you can get involved in this rapid fire segment, which we referenced earlier, and I'm not drunk, so it will be rapid this week, is by logging on to Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. I want you to get there. Ryan's doing it right now. The top post will ask for your rapid fire questions and comments for hour numero 2. Keep them brief and do not answer other people's questions. We'll do it for you. In hour number 2 in a rapid fire fashion. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR.
You're listening to WZR Radio with Matt Boone and Ryan Clark. We'll be back right after this. And we're back. Hour numero. Goddamn right. We'll be taking your live phone calls. Going to be doing the rapid fire segment as well. Whatever you guys want to do in hour number 2. We are going to finish up Monday Night Raw from last night. Gotta talk about the,
Nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that, my man.
You gotta hear that at least once. You don't have to play it now, but it surprised me with it once before the end of the hour.
With, what's it, Sweet Brown. Sweet Brown. That's a real name.
Is that who sings it?
I'm telling you, man, it's not, is that who sings it?
Is
that who sings it, he says, dude. They took
whatever. Is that who? What is it? Rap or what would you call that?
It's a woman that was on a local TV news station, and somebody did a mashup, I guess you could call it, of her voice and put it over the top of a beat.
That's right. I forgot the origin. Okay.
Right? She was on the news, and some guy did an awesome job to put that together. Threw a beat on in the background and then kind of pieced it together, and that's
and almost like auto-tuned it up a little bit, right? Like it's like more melodic.
Yeah. No, they whoever did that did a great job, man. It's the same thing with Antoine Dotson too, the guy with they killing it, they raping everybody, they killing everybody or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was on the news. Yeah. Man, this whole time we're talking, I was hoping you were queuing it up. It would have been a perfect fucking build-up for it. And then here it is, what we're talking about, and you're not doing it.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
As far as the whole thing with Triple H pissing his pants, do you guys remember the promo that Brock Lesnar did where he would say that Triple H would piss his pants? Is this a rib? Perhaps. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think?
You know what? He did say that once in the promo. Do you think they're gonna use it as a callback? Is the caller still on? Do you think they're gonna replay it and him reference the fact that he made him piss himself? Is that what you're saying?
The caller is still... No, he hung up. I've left him on.
Oh, okay. that what you think he was meaning? Like, or what do you think of that idea? Like, do you think that they would actually go that far where they would re-reference Brock saying, I'm going to make you beat you so bad you're going to piss yourself, and then show the piss on him from this week and be like, see, I made you piss yourself?
Do I think?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nope.
Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go give me a cold pop.
Barbecuing. Jesus, there's a fire. Then I ran. So nothing for my life. For that, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nope. Nope. Jesus, that's a fire. Jesus. Jesus, it's a fire.
Barbecue.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, sweet Brown. Oh, sweet Brown. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Brown, you say those crazy things on the news, sweet Brown lady.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing today?
We're good. If anybody else wants to call, if we miss you guys the first time, just give us a call back. It's 518-712-3070. You want to talk about Zeb Coulter? You want to debate me on that? Debate Boone on that? Want to talk Triple H to swamp ass or piss? Whatever you want to talk about.
They can talk about anything.
Talk about it. Yeah, talk about anything. 518-712-3070. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. First, you guys are fucking awesome. The show kicks ass. That's number one.
Well, one of the hosts does. The other, not so much.
Yeah, and it's clear which one. You guys are fucking awesome. You really are.
Thank you, buddy.
Smashing the airways.
Thank you.
All right, now the question, real quick, is I just found out not too long ago that they planning on making WrestleMania 30 a huge deal with a bunch of stars, the past and for now. You guys think that we will see guys like Warrior and Hogan making a comeback, even if it's for one time off, and Michaels and Austin? You guys think that we will see something like that going on?
Well, I mean,
Hogan, I don't, because of TNA, he's part owner. Austin, I mean, could they get him back next year for a match? I don't know, an appearance, definitely. A match, though, that would be interesting. I'm talking about doing The Rock and Brock Lesnar next year if they can get Brock to resign as the Rock's match. And Austin could do the Punk match. Undertaker could have a match if he's still working. It could be a fucking big deal next year. For sure.
I think
I don't know.
Everybody, every single week we get a question about Warrior. You know what I mean, dude? Everybody wants to know about him coming back. I would say Austin, as far as the match, it's kind of 50-50 right now. I mean, once WrestleMania season hits, man, and you think about 70, 80,000 people, you know what I mean, dude? I wouldn't doubt that, he wouldn't work one more match, but right now it's about 50-50. Hogan, like you said, with TNA, but, never say never, and not only that, but like somebody like Shawn Michaels, I think you'll see Shawn will be back on Raw next week when they do the old school Raw. So I would think, whenever he's needed, I mean, he's been back in recent months, so Shawn will be back next week, along with a bunch of other guys, like Mean Gene Okerlund was teased, and a couple of other guys. So,
the thing with the Ultimate Warrior, though, which is funny, is he hasn't been shit since the 90s, and even then it was only for like 3 years, and how many of our listeners were actually even alive when Warrior had his run. You know what I mean? It's crazy that he's still so relevant today.
Yeah, but you know what? But he had one of those gimmicks, man. Where when I was a kid, my father used to take me to WWE events, and he was there, dude. He'd come running out to the ring. You know, that music would play. He'd come running out to the ring. He'd shake the ring ropes, dude. I mean, it was Warrior back in the day.
I remember crying when he beat Hogan in Canada at WrestleMania. I remember crying because I was such a Hogan fan.
Yeah, he had one of those gimmicks that, you know, when you were a kid, you just loved him, man. WZR Radio, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
How you doing, man?
Hey, it's Mike, Mr. No Days Off Olsen. What's up, bro?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, man.
Hey,
Boone, what's going on, man? I didn't get to talk to you last time I called in.
Wait a minute. Is this the guy? Didn't you bring didn't you bring the sign to Raw a couple of weeks ago?
Oh man, I was the originator. I had the WZR Army sign.
That's what it was. You're right. This is the guy. Remember I told you a couple of weeks ago, Boone, that we had.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, no doubt. What's going on? Well, you know what? I can almost guarantee why you want to call up. You want to talk about Zeb Coulter, don't you?
You know, considering like how I'm kind of a Tea Party Republican, sort of.
Yeah.
Like the whole like Zeb Coulter, Glenn Beck thing, man. You know who's cashing in on that?
Well,
the WWE, because they're generating ratings.
Well, they're getting. I mean, when you do stuff like that with a guy like Glenn Beck, I mean, Glenn Beck's not going to reply because he knows. I mean, the guy's not stupid, man. He's not going to reply because he knows WWE's getting press, man. They're sending out press releases to the media, to all these different media outlets. So they've already. I mean, WWE's already won, man. They've already capitalized off it. They've already gained a ton of national media attention based around it. You know, the Huffington Post has covered it. TMZ had an article up. You know, WWE's already won. You know, so that's why they did.
Well, the way I looked at it, like Glenn Beck used to be on Fox News, and then he got thrown off for some controversial, like 9/11 comment or something that he made, or maybe I don't know. That was Bill Maher, or Glenn Beck. They're all the same. They're all stupid political people.
Right.
But and so I tweeted Glenn Beck and I said, hey man, you know the WWE is going to give you 12 million viewers and 12,000 people in the arena to talk to. Maybe you ought to go on and defend your beliefs. Like the whole rant that he went on about, oh, my family doesn't want it, or I'm sick and tired of my family having to step up for my beliefs. Like he was like, oh, don't worry about what my family thinks. Just, you know, I hope they stand up for my beliefs, you know, and it's bogus. He hid whenever they wanted to come in or whenever WWE wanted to come in and, you know, give him an honest, like, and because of his rebuttal to the whole, you know, Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger gimmick or, Walter and Jake or whatever, it's all bogus and,
yeah, no, it's,
you know, all it really did was further the WWE's product.
No, you're right. You're right. It's politics. I hate politics. I can't stand. You can debate politics all day long because you're gonna have Republicans, you're gonna have Democrats, you're gonna have liberals, you're gonna have the Tea Party. You can just debate politics, and everybody's got a different view. You know what I mean? I can't stand talking about politics. Anyways, but I put some stuff up, dude, on my Facebook page, and he's always responded. You know, where about the Tea Party and everything else.
Two things. One, do you remember in ECW, Sign Guy Dudley? He didn't talk, and that's for a reason. And two was, I was hoping so bad you were going to play a song during the
I was thinking about it, dude. But he's a good guy, dude. He's a good guy. He brought some signs. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, I don't know if you guys are going to continue with the Raw report, but I do have a question. How
fucking amazing with that CM Punk John Cena match.
Yes, we are going to talk
and
about
the promo,
that.
Ryan, we didn't get to talk about that promo. You had a
All right.
point to make about that.
All right, let me. We'll hold off on phone calls for just 1 second, and then we'll talk. This is what we'll do. We're gonna run down the CM Punk promo. I wanted to do the high points of Raw. We've already talked about the Zeb Coulter segment. We talked about the opening, the street fight, or not street fight, but an actual fight, I guess, where Triple H came back and returned. And then the other two high points of Raw were the CM Punk promo. We'll start with that because that obviously led us into the main event. CM Punk comes out last night, dude, and if you listen to that promo, and I think you're gonna disagree with me here, because when we were talking before we came on air, you basically told me, shut the fuck up, dude, we'll talk about it on air. It didn't seem like you were going to agree. But
no, you were giving me your whole speech. I'm like, save it for the show so I can have like a natural response. I don't like thinking about what I'm going to say. I like to just fucking say shit.
All right. Yeah, no, I hear you. When he came out and he started that promo last night, he said, this is the beginning and this is the end, and he talked about icons and legends and phenoms, and he just kept using these words, where
I don't think he ever said phenom, by the way.
He may not. Did he not say phenom? Well, he definitely said legend.
Phenom would have been a dead set off, but yeah,
okay.
He used all the other ones, which are real close.
Legend and icon and everything else, right? And basically, at the end of the promo, he talked, I'm God, CM Punk is God, and all I kept thinking about is, all right, he's talking about God, and then we've got The Undertaker, right? The dead man. You know what happens when you die. You go to heaven, right? You go with God, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then, the icon and the legend and everything else, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the setup. And I had said last week that it really doesn't make sense to bring back, and I know they did it, somebody brought up a good point, what was it, like 2010 or 2011, they brought back Triple H and The Undertaker on the same night. They had two big returns, right? But the build towards WrestleMania starts right now. We've got 5 or 6 weeks, right? Let me get this out of the way, Boone, and then you chime in and I'll let you go. But I just felt like last night they're going to come back to that promo over the course of the next, what's WrestleMania, 5 or 6 weeks away. They're going to come back to that promo about CM Punk talking about God and legends and icons and everything else, right? That was the setup, and it doesn't make sense. You have Triple H return last night, and he does the brawl with Brock Lesnar, right? You got that out of the way, so people are automatically going to tune in next week. Wow, Triple H is back, what's going to happen with him and Brock Lesnar. The following week, you bring back Taker. And the setup, the tease, and it wasn't a real solid tease, where if you weren't listening carefully enough, or you didn't really read the internet and know about Taker and everything else, not only that, but right before the main event, they even aired the tout video of The Undertaker's return at the house show. So you followed up with this promo last night, and the whole promo seemed like a big tease for The Undertaker's eventual return, which probably is going to happen next week. I also don't think it's a coincidence that it's an old school Raw next week. It would make for the perfect time for an old school guy like The Undertaker to return, set up the old school guy, set up that, and then basically when Taker returns next week, I don't know if he'll cut a promo next week. It may not happen. He may just appear, and then the following week he'll cut a promo. He'll cut that promo. And when he cuts that promo, he's going to come back to what you saw last night and talk about CM Punk calling himself a legend and an icon and God and everything else. Taker's going to come back, and that promo that you saw last night, Taker's going to address that in a couple of weeks.
No, I don't disagree with you at all. I don't know why you thought that. Just because I wanted to save it for the air. But no, it was. We know that the plan is for Undertaker CM Punk at WrestleMania. Undertaker came back at the house show, so we know he's getting ready, and so it's coming soon. And clearly that CM Punk promo is the beginning of something leading into WrestleMania. What that is remains to be seen to the casual viewer.
When you watched that promo last night, did you see the subtle teases?
I just watched it like 2 hours ago. Yeah, I was definitely noticing that he was referencing things on purpose that'll get picked up later and dissected and research, and re-referenced.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with you completely. It was definitely the beginning of that, and the fans are just waiting to see what all that meant. And we already know that it's Undertaker, and then they'll probably reveal it next week. I mean, it's not a lock, but I'm willing to bet that they will.
I think Taker comes out. The lights.
Whether like the Undertaker might not talk, he might just come out. Like Punk will probably come out, cut a similar promo, This time Undertaker will, interrupt and he'll come out and just kind of look at that WrestleMania style like he did with Triple H.
Right, exactly.
Punk probably shut up at that point. Like, he might go from babbling to like, oh, fuck, it's real now,
Right, and then the following week is where you get Taker cutting that promo. So, think about it. Triple H returns this week. The hope is everybody saw him return, and they're going to tune in the following week to see what happens with Triple H and Lesnar, what the follow-up is. When they tune in to see that, they're going to see the return of The Undertaker. So after next week, the following week, the hope is these people, now The Undertaker's back, shit, what's going to happen between Taker and CM Punk and Triple H and Lesnar? See how there's like a 3-week build?
And The Rock and John Cena again.
Right.
All kinds of shit.
Right. There's like a 3-week build where they are trying to get more and more people tuned in, and it's the build towards WrestleMania, which is their biggest show. So it all makes sense, and everybody's saying, last night, well, it sucks that Taker didn't return, da-da-da-da-da-da. Listen, if you bring Triple H and The Undertaker back in the same week, it's all over. It's done with. It's done in one night. There's nothing to look forward to.
You don't blow your wad all in one shot.
Right.
You space it out if you can. Not too much, because you want to have time for them to build the programs, but you also want that element of holy shit every week, like some fucking shit on WrestleMania.
Right, right. Something big. You need something big.
Yeah, before I forget, what do you think of the new WWE title? I just saw that for the first time watching Raw. What do you think of that new belt?
We talked about it last week, but you don't remember.
I don't remember at all.
I mean, you know what, dude? I mean, listen, it's the same photo that
I think we did talk about it like everybody already heard it, and I'm sitting here for the first time wondering what you
No. I mean, listen, it's the same photo. The guy from Rick something from Orange County Choppers, right? The guys that work on the motorcycles and everything else.
Yeah.
They had been working on that belt, and we put up a photo on WZROnline.com. It was just the main plate, and it had the WWE logo. It's the same exact belt, and then the side panels can come off, right? I know they had the Brahma Bull logo on it, but whoever's WWE champion, they're going to replace those side nameplates. So the main nameplate with the WWE...
If it's Punk, it'll be the fist holding the lightning. If it's Cena, it'll be you can't see it, or whatever the fuck.
Right.
It'll be the little logo part.
Right. I mean, the middle part is all that really matters, and it's covered in diamonds. It's got the WWE logo. It's not a spinner type belt. It doesn't spin around. It's not. I mean, it's your average. It's a bigger belt than...
It's kind of weird. It's just a big fucking W. Like, I grew up with that goddamn eagle, and the IC belt being like a globe and like shit like that. Like, just to see a giant W is kind of weird. It's going to take some getting used to. Maybe this generation, it looks completely normal, it fits right in, but like, even back in the day when they did creative belts, we had like the Smoking Skull title for Stone Cold, but that was still like a giant skull on a normal looking plate, and this is just like a big W. It's different. Maybe I'll be used to it. I don't know.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh Lord Jesus, there's a fire. So and then listen, the caller, we talked about the promo. What a match last night between John Cena and CM Punk. Boone, if you didn't get to see this match in full, bro, go back and watch it. John Cena did a Hurricane Rana at one point, dude. He, yeah, man, it was, he kind of fucked it up a little bit.
Standing Hurricane Rana or like off the top?
Like a standing Hurricane Rana, bro. It was fucking, you were like, wow, bro, are you kidding me right now? They kicked out of, the GTS. Cena kicked out of that at least 2 times, right? Cena hit the attitude adjustment, or the FU, whatever you want to call it. Punk kicked out of that. There were times where it looked like Punk was going to tap out. This was one of the best matches on Raw and on pay-per-view in a long, long time. And I know that people...
It sounds weird description. It sounds like they did a bunch of false finishes to have the audience guessing who's going to face The Rock. Like,
it was...
Have people really believe, like, oh shit, Punk's actually going to win, shit like that.
It was false finish after false finish after false finish, man. And not only that, but the work was amazing, dude. And I know people, listen, you guys in the chat room, you do it all the time. I'm not a huge fan either. John Cena, you guys say, 5 moves of doom or whatever you guys talk about, right? Give that dude props. Last night he went out there and I mean, yeah, listen, Steven in the chat, you can say Cena sucks, da 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 da. It's a cop out, dude. You got to give the guy props when he goes out there. And granted, he's in there with a guy like CM Punk who can carry a match. It's like Jericho, dude. You can carry a match with anybody. You know what I mean, dude? They're just the type of people that can do that. You know, they can carry matches with just about anybody. But John Cena worked his ass off last night, dude. They had a hell of a match, man. Like I said, man, he did his part, man, and one of the best matches on Raw and even on pay-per-view in quite some time. I think the best WWE pay-per-view matches that we've seen as of late, I think they involved the Shield, to be honest with you. The Shield
match with what's the faces, that was an amazing fucking match. It's got to be one of the matches of the year still so far.
Yeah, and even the last Elimination Chamber where they it was Ryback, Sheamus, and John Cena against the Shield, dude. That was a killer match too, you know.
Yeah.
It was to answer the caller's question. It was a great match to end Raw last night. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, Matt, Ryan, what's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Yeah.
Good. Hey, just three quick things. The first one, I agree. I thought that I don't like Cena at all, but I thought that the match was great. I thought it was a great way to end like a year-long program between the two of them, and now they still have a month to build up Punk and The Undertaker. So I thought that was cool. And what did you, especially you, Matt, because I know you're into Brock too. Do you think he looked weak last night, like how he got the shit kicked out of him? I know it was Triple H coming back and he got busted open and stuff, but he really didn't get much offense. And do you think it maybe made him look a little like, it's Triple H's big return and he looked weak?
Who won
I can go off on a big tangent right here because ever since Brock came back, he's been booked completely wrong. I mean, the guy comes off of UFC, legitimate fighting as their heavyweight champion, the biggest fucking pay-per-view draw, bigger than anything in boxing, bigger than anything in wrestling, bigger than UFC has ever even seen, and to this day, their biggest numbers ever. And that many, so that many people know that about it, and he comes over and he loses his first match, then he loses to, and then he's got Triple H. Every time he gets into a, street fight situation with Triple H, he seems to come out in the short end, Triple H he broke his arm or whatever.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's just like, he looks soft and weak. Too much.
He looked, okay.
Never shows.
Wait, alright, so he looks soft and weak. The last time I remember him in UFC, listen, I realized the dude was UFC champion at one point. When he first came into UFC, the guy was a beast. Everybody's like, yo, Brock's in UFC. Are you kidding me? This dude's gonna murk people. The last time anybody saw Brock in UFC, he had a weak chin. He looked weak there too, so fuck him, bro. I mean, you can't.
He got hit with a body
shot. So it makes it even worse. You went down, you got fucking KO.
If you've ever been hit in the body, you can't do God. But either way, look, come on, what are we saying? You're smart enough to realize that Brock Lesnar could pretty much whoop everybody in WWE's ass. And most fans are smart enough to know that too. Like, anybody that's been a UFC heavyweight champion could probably beat the shit out of fucking Santino Marella. It's a given. Could probably beat the shit out of fucking Triple H. You know what I mean? They're not fighters. Most people are not retarded. They know this is a real fighter, and he should have been booked as a fucking goddamn killer. Even for those who don't know he's a fighter, like for kids, he's big enough that even if you don't know he's a fighter, he still looks like a big bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? Have him be a big bad motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's not like they're making him look completely weak. I mean, he comes out and he F5s.
He should be a killer that never shows weakness. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. But he's come out and he's taken out, it's not a good example, but he gave the F5 to Vince McMahon, basically giving the F5 to the boss of the company is basically saying, I don't give a fuck. No, not at that point he wasn't. When he came out and gave him the original F5, that's what put him on the crutches in the first place, is when he went out. But he came out and they made him look like a beast, like, I don't give a fuck, you're the boss of the company, I don't care, I'm a monster, I don't give a fuck, I'm giving you the F5.
You're right. It does make him look like he's unpredictable and uncontrollable, but still, like, against a real wrestler, his opponent, he shouldn't, I don't know, I think he should be a killer, and then, like, when the match comes, Triple H should have to find a way to win, if he's booked to win. If he's booked to lose, then it's okay, because Brock, comes out strong in the end, but I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to wait until the rematch at WrestleMania to see what happens between those two. And not only that, but there's 5 or 6 weeks. I mean, Brock's not gonna get the upper hand with 5 or 6 weeks to go until WrestleMania. I mean, there's still a long ways to go. 1 week Triple H is gonna have.
Triple H won the first match, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you that. Who won the SummerSlam match? Right, that's where it took place. It was.
I could swear it was Triple H.
Okay, well then Brock won. Everybody in the chat says Lesnar won the first match. That was at
Okay.
I know it was at SummerSlam. So this will be Triple H's, I guess, payback, right? If he beats Brock. Well, this
That's right. Remember Triple H came out the next night and looked like he was gonna cry because he was gonna retire. I remember.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I don't know. We'll see what happens at WrestleMania. But you would think if Lesnar, that probably means that Triple H is going to get the payback. And it's so. I mean, that's the same thing at WrestleMania. You had. You know what they're doing at WrestleMania, right? They built it up last year, right? Once in a lifetime. And they ended Raw last night. Rock sent out a tweet, right? Once in a lifetime last year, right? It's the only time we're going to see it. Once in a lifetime. Da 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 da. Now. It is it's greatness against redemption is the tagline for WrestleMania 29. So instead of once in a lifetime, it's greatness being The Rock against redemption being John Cena. That's the tagline. So.
Which is weird because Cena's gonna win, and then they each win one, so nobody's clearly better. I guess that's the way they want. I don't fucking know. But the other thing with the Triple H thing is he lost the last 2 years in a row at WrestleMania to Undertaker. So he's definitely not losing 3 in a row, you would think, because he doesn't have many WrestleManias left. But then again, like you say, he's supposed to be Mr. Management guy now. He shouldn't give a fuck if he's winning matches. It should be who needs to win more for the business to be better. And that's clearly Brock.
Yeah.
So who knows?
All right. One last phone call, and then we'll get to the rapid fire questions. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, Ryan, what's going on, man?
What's up? I'm taking a sip of water. What's up, dude?
All right. This calls for Bloom Bloom. You know, I don't really agree with what she's. I don't really agree with what she's saying about Lesnar being able to beat everybody in WWE. I bet you different, man. I bet you in a real brawl, as all of the Undertaker is, he will kick his ass.
No, come on, bro. Come on,
Undertaker would beat Brock Lesnar's ass.
He thinks in a real fight, the Undertaker, as old as he is, would beat up Brock Lesnar. Come on, bro. Come on, dude.
A lot of people think the Undertaker is a bad motherfucker, and he probably is, just because he's a big guy. But Brock is a fucking NCAA fucking wrestling champion. He's a former UFC heavyweight champion. He's like 20 years younger than the Undertaker. He's 100 pounds heavy. You know, I think he's a bad motherfucker. Like let's not get it twisted. He would destroy the Undertaker. Plus, Undertaker's old and beat up and injured. And
You know how though Taker in the middle of his matches, right? He'll just be doing a wrestling match, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. There's like 5 or 10, right to the stomach, dude. We were just talking about a midsection shot that took Brock Lesnar out, dude. So if Taker came in, right? Yes. So if Taker just kind of got him in the corner, dude, and was like, poof, 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 right in the gut. You know what I'm saying? Maybe take him out, dude. Who knows?
And one of his finishing moves is the fucking go-go plata, which is, he calls it the Hell's, what's it called? The Hell's Gate or
Hell's Gate.
Like that.
Yeah, right.
Right. It looks like a triangle with an extra leg. Yeah.
Yo, listen, who knows? You could take a 400-pound dude against a 95-pound dude, and with one shot, the 95-pound dude could knock out the 400-pound dude. All it takes is one shot, dude. So,
you know
just
what?
saying.
Speaking of which, prove that point and to continue talking about wrestling a little bit, and MMA.
Yeah.
TNA, the crossover guy, King Mo, gets knocked out by a fucking spinning back fist in Bellator in his fight. Unfucking believable. He screwed it all up. Can you believe that shit? He sucks in TNA and now he loses his fight, so he's not in MMA either.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time.
Really?
Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got
Pretty
time
big
for
story.
that.
No, that was crazy, dude. Last Thursday,
Did you see the
right?
knockout?
I caught a replay. I didn't catch it live,
Yeah.
but we put a video up on the websites, and I watched that video that Bellator or one of the Spike TV or Bellator sent out. I think it was Spike TV. But yeah, I mean the guy that he was fighting came out yesterday, and said that he just got cocky King Mo got cocky, thought, he was going to be able to do him, and just got caught with a knockout punch. And then King Mo came out today. Give me 1 second to pull this up for you guys.
Hey, while you're pulling it up, King Mo has been working on his boxing with his real good boxing trainer, and he decided to stand with him. That was his mistake. He's a badass wrestler who should have took him down and fucking paid for it.
He said, I didn't even see the shot. A lot of people saying that I was fighting cocky and with my hands down, but if you watch it, when he missed with the right hand, I threw a right hand, and then he came with the spinning back fist. So he kind of caught me in the act of punching, but no excuses. I'm good, and I will be back, and hopefully I get to fight him again in the future. It was the first time I had been knocked out, and the good thing is I came back quick. When I saw the ref standing over me, I just said, damn. Like, damn, dude, I got knocked. Who says that? What's the movie that you got knocked the fuck out, right? Friday? Is that
Friday.
what it was? Yeah. So, anyway, so he.
Damn. So.
There you go. All right, let's get to these rapid fire questions. There are a lot of them tonight, and then we have to.
Who was in the Hall of Fame the last 2 weeks? By the way, nobody last week. You said
nobody last week, and the big one, man.
Trump last night?
Yeah, Donald Trump was inducted to the celebrity wing last night. So there we go. So here we go. Rapid fire. There's a bunch of these tonight. So we're going to try to get to each and every one of you guys. Try to make them quick. Try to make these things one line, guys. Can't tell you guys that enough. Just one line, and try to make it one question, and that way we can get to everybody. Nobody gets pissed off. I ran out of soda. I'm drinking water right now.
I'm drinking ice water. I heard you say that earlier.
Steve Williams Jr., there's two things I want to ask Ryan. Do you see, what about Boone? Ryan and Boone. We're going to make it Ryan and Boone.
Caller just said shit to me again. What the fucking, hey Ryan, like, motherfucker, I'm here too. What about hey Boone?
I want to ask Ryan and Boone, do you see Taker have mixer of Deadman and American Badass? He'll be back as the Dead Man in that game. American.
That's just a bald-headed version. Like, he doesn't have long hair still, right?
They can easily put a wig on him, dude. Come on, you can easily put a wig on him.
They didn't last year. You think they will for a match? They can easily put a wig on him.
They didn't bring him out. They brought him out at the house show over the weekend, completely bald. So we've already seen him.
He's bald. So
yeah.
I think the guy is like, well, which character is he going to be? He's going to be the Dead Man, but he's going to be a bald Dead Man like last year.
Also, look in your inbox, the link I give you. Okay. I'll have to do that later. Matthew Perez, what happened with your family member? I can't get into that. Joseph Ricardo, it's been a rough week. Joseph Ricardo, by the end of the night, do you have... Yeah, you know what happened yesterday? I was driving down to Storts, and I get out of the parking lot, and I'm going down the hill, and the car shut off. The whole engine just shut off on me, and I got to the side of the road and pulled into a parking lot, and the parking lot that I pulled into, it goes up a hill. So I coasted as far up on the hill as I possibly could, and then put it in first gear, and it stalled, and the car wouldn't start back up. So I'm sitting there, dude, with it.
Is it the Tiburon still?
This is the Tiburon, dude, and I'm sitting there, and then cars are trying to get out of this apartment complex right down the street, the next apartment complex below, and they can't get out because my car's right in the middle of the road. So the one guy said, hey, do you need some help, man? I said, yeah, dude, can you help me push this thing up to the top of the hill, and I'll put it in a parking spot? So he got out of his car, and we pushed it up. We got it into a parking spot, and it was so busy. This happened at about 7 o'clock last night. I had to be here for Raw last night, and then today I had the radio show, and it's been busy all day. So basically, tomorrow, and then we're supposed to get snow, sleet, freezing rain all tonight and tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to call AAA tomorrow, walk down to my car, wait for him to come, have him tow the car back up to this apartment complex, which is only about, 4 or 5 football fields away. So he's going to be pissed. He's going to have to hook this thing up.
I like how you measure shit. It's 4 or 5 football fields away.
Well, it's like, I don't know. It's what? It's like a half a mile maybe. It's not even, so this guy's going to have to put this thing on a flatbed, tie it up, drive it a half a mile, and then unload it right back off the truck. And then I got a buddy that's going to come.
It's about 32 yardsticks away.
He's such
about 48 rulers away.
Football field. Such a fucking dickhead, dude. Yeah. So, anyways, we'll take care of the car tomorrow.
812 steps that direction.
Joseph Ricardo, by the end of the night, do you have intentions in fucking me? Oh, Jesus, dude. You remember that from last week, dude? You came back. We came back from the break last week. And the first thing you said to me when we came back from the break, I can't remember the exact words, but it was something along the lines of, by the end of the night, do you have any intentions of fucking me? Was the way you put it. And you're thinking to yourself, do you have any intentions of fucking me over, like firing me and saying you're an asshole, da-da-da-da-da-da. But the way you said it when we came back from the break last week...
You know what? I remember what you're talking about. There was some joke I did. I set it up by saying that, and then I had a punchline. I don't remember the punchline. I vaguely remember what you're talking about.
But the way you said it when we came back from the break last week, you said...
I did it on purpose, so there was a double entendre, so people would think one thing, and then I
No.
serve them with the
No. We got into this big debate last week, dude, and you proved... It was stupid. Dude. No, but do I have any intentions of fucking? No, brother. No, I don't swing that way, brother. Get out of here. Ranjit, Chahael, any chance of getting WZR radio twice a week? And it has 6 likes. We've thought about it. We've thought about it.
We thought about doing another show, like a whole different show without wrestling, and we never did it.
We never did it. I could put this stream up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All I gotta do is click a button and we go live. You know what I mean? I could put it up, but if it were to happen, it'd be like a Thursday night. You know, we're always gonna keep the Tuesday night show.
I hate the schedule. That's what I hate. I wish we could do a floater show. Like whenever we feel like doing a show, just put it up and do it. And, mainly do it for the archive, but make it live for those who want to just randomly listen live. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause there's so many times where I'm just feeling it. And I'll be like, by the time Tuesday rolls around, I'm not feeling it at all anymore. But I wish so many times when I'm, like, feeling it, I could be like, hey, let's just do a show. Just do one right now.
So, to answer the dude's question, right? He asked if we're going to do a, it's coming. It's coming. So to answer the guy's question.
Yeah, too broad of a setup, buddy.
Too broad of a setup? I got to do it anyway. It's too late now.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Alright, dude. It's so stupid.
That's just so fucking catchy.
That was bad. That was terrible. Anyways, Ashley Lippincott. By the way, you spelled sharding wrong on the poll. Just for your information.
How'd you spell it? Did you spell it with a D, you dumbass?
I did. Did I? I think
Dude,
I did.
It's farting instead of... It's shitting and farting. How do you spell farting?
I did fuck
Come
it up.
on.
I did put
you change yourself. You're a professional writer, for Christ's sake.
Sharding. I did, too. You know what?
It's funny that I knew what the mistake was, too, without even looking. Huh? I know my buddy.
It's all good. It's all good. Cause check this out. We go right.
You're talking about, like, broken pieces of glassing. Like, yeah,
wait
my
a minute.
pants fell because I had a bunch of broken pieces of glass in my...
So, would you shut up?
Maybe the broken piece of glass had cut his legs, and it was blood that was the wet spot. It could be sharding, actually.
Go check the poll now. Go to WZR Online. See, I'm not a stupid guy. I don't know what you're talking about. Spelled it wrong. What are you talking about? Looks fine to me.
Well, actually, go to WZR Online and refresh your browser so that.
You might want to refresh the browser. Get out of here. I don't know what you're talking about. It's spelled right. I just went to WZROnline.com. It looks good.
You're seeing things.
It's got the T. You are seeing. Ashley, you're seeing things.
Yeah.
Brandon Norman. It could have been from the smoke that he was standing over. That's a good... You know what?
The steam. Yeah, it could have been like steam, yeah.
You know what? I think Brando might have it. But
why would it be a perfect... You said it was like a... I can't see it because I never saw it. You said it was a perfect circle or a perfect sweat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but those things come straight up, bro. They come straight up so that if he was standing directly over the stream...
It wouldn't hit him in the balls? It wouldn't hit him like in the back of the leg or the side of the leg? It's a bunch of fucking...
No, because when he comes out, he's kind of got his legs spread out a little bit, and he's standing there, and he puts the arms up, and he stands directly over it. So with that shooting directly up, he's got it. Brando got it, brother. I guarantee you. Yo, that's good.
Oh, you guarantee it. An hour ago, you guaranteed it's the crowd chanting through.
I didn't see. Don't you, yo, motherfucker? Don't you put words in my mouth? I told you. And listen. Yo.
I know, motherfucker. I'm just saying.
All right.
Strongly, passionately defending it. Like,
this motherfucker.
Management now. Maybe he was busy talking to the guys that came out. He got a pop in a while.
Man, you are good. You are good at twisting my words. You are good at twisting my words, brother. I give you credit. I give you credit, bro. You try some fucking snake ass shit, man. It's good. It's good.
Like revisionist history. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, you just try to twist my shit up a little bit to try to make it seem like you guaranteed that it was listen, we already did a sharding thing. I spelled it with a T, motherfucker. Everybody knows that. There you go to WZR online, the poll looks good, right? Everything looks good.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you hit refresh.
As long as you hit the refresh. Da-da-da-da-da. Brandon Parker, Lesnar, Triple H at Mania. Who wins? God, we talked about that earlier. You would think that Triple H gets payback, right? Lesnar won the first time around. Have Lesnar or have Triple H get the payback at WrestleMania. P.S. If Jack Swagger ever wins the WWE title, will the side plates have a blunt on them?
Who wins? Oh, Swagger wins.
Swagger, because he got arrested. You know what it is? You know how he does the We the People? Now everybody says Weed the People. Weed.
You know what it should be? It should be two plates on each side that just has the word spelled out. L-I-S-P on both sides, just lift on both sides of the belt. That's all I think of when I think of Jack Swagger. He tries to talk tough, and I'm going to get you in the summer slam, I'm going to suplex you off the top rope.
It should be, when you spell his name, dude, like S-W-A-G-G-E-R, you should put like an H in there, so it's like S-H.
Yeah, it should be S-P-H.
Yeah.
S-P-H. Yeah. Swagger, like
Thump.
Whatever that.
Like thump, swagger, Jack
Swagger, yeah, T-H-W.
Jack Swagger. Nathaniel Lippincott. It's the only now, like Brandon Parker and Brando Norman and Nathaniel Lippincott and Tommy Hunter. And those are names that I like. You know what I mean? And then you get like this.
You know what I like?
Ranjit Kahal.
You know what inspired you to realize you liked all the names was the name that had the word cock in it. That's what just happened. You just said the name cock something, and then you said, you know what? I like these names. That's what you just did. And I'm not twisting your words. You said that.
Listen, number one.
Living cock. You know what? I like these names.
You know what? Actually, you know what, brother? The woman's name is Ashley Lippincott. Like a sleeping cot. But once again, you like to twist my words and say, cock, lippin, cock. No, dude, lippin, cot.
You went to twisting the words around again to like reprove that point, which is funny because it's a callback, but you could have just thumped the shit out of me right there and said, motherfucker, you're the one with cock on the brain, because I guess the name wasn't even cock. I heard cock.
Yeah, you hear a lot of things that never come out of my mouth, motherfucker.
I hear what you want to hear. I could have sworn you said living cock.
Yeah, you could have sworn a lot of things, dude. Get out of here. Anyways, speaking of, we've got Ashley Lippincott. Why don't we go to Nathaniel Lippincott? Maybe they're a brother-sister type duo. You know what I'm saying? We've got, or a married couple, could be. We've got two Lippincotts on WZR Radio's Rapid Fire segment tonight. So, Nathaniel asks, has anyone thought that Triple H's wet spot could have been caused by him standing over the fog? Oh, brother, come on. You saw Brando's comment above, and you kind of tried to... You kind of stole his idea.
How many minutes is Living Cox apart from Brando's?
Well, we've got 51 minutes ago, Brando put his up, and 51 minutes ago, Nathaniel's was up too. All right, we'll give him a tie. But they got it. Nathaniel and Brando, you got it. That's, I think. Don't let me put, I don't want Boone putting words in my mouth. Maybe. That's another possibility that it could have been from the steam that he was standing.
We have all these options on the poll, and that's not even one of them. So, like, everybody could already know that that's the reason and be like, like voting for nothing because like, hey, you didn't put the right answer up, you dumb shit. You know what I mean? You put sharding spelled wrong, but you didn't put the right answer up. You fucking moron.
Tommy Hunter, will we ever see Austin wrestle again? Talked about that earlier, man. 50-50, I would say. What do you think? 50-50?
I'd say 70-30 and 70 being unlikely, because I've heard that it's just not going to happen with the legs and shit, the surgeries and all that. But I mean, who knows? Next year is a different time. You can feel better.
Paul Adrian, are you a virgin? Nope, but it's been a while. I'll be honest with you. It's been a while since I've had any. Lewis Daw, do you think Mark Henry has ever walked into his bathroom and looked in the mirror and cried because he is the size of a vending machine? I don't know if he's ever cried. Mark Henry, has he ever walked into a bathroom, looked into a mirror, and cried because he's the size of a vending machine? Where do people come up with this shit? Is that going through your mind? Mark Henry, think about it. This guy's thinking of a question, and he's thinking...
It's a perfect description. I'm picturing it now, and I can see a vending machine with arms and legs, and that's Mark Henry.
So Lewis Dawes thinking to himself right now, Mark Henry, dude walks into a bathroom, and he looks at himself in the mirror, and he thinks to himself, I look like a vending machine. What the fuck goes through people's minds, dude? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he thinks he looks like a gorilla or a bear or a lion. Why a vending machine? A vending machine, dude? Where do you come up with this shit?
Like a bit of a baby gorilla now that you say it. Like if you had like a small gorilla, like not a full size, but like a baby gorilla.
Does the vending machine have candy in it? Does Kit Kats and Skittles and what?
Does it have sexual chocolate as you know, at A7? If you press A7, you know.
Does it have regular chocolate or dark chocolate? You know what I'm saying, dude? I don't know.
Sexual chocolate. That was a joke.
I got the sexual chocolate joke. Come on, brother. Come on.
You just wanted to make some more chocolate references, I guess?
Well, there's dark chocolate, and then there's extra dark chocolate, and there's
milk chocolate. There's all kinds of chocolate. There's fucking white chocolate.
There's white chocolate, and there's dark chocolate, right? There's two different kinds. So does he look in the mirror and think, what's in...
What kind of chocolate do you like eating better? What's on Easter? Do you like chocolate bunny or like a white chocolate bunny?
I don't like white chocolate. I don't like real dark chocolate. I like chocolate, like a Snickers bar type chocolate, or a Hershey's bar. I like a Hershey's bar with some nuts, some almonds. You know what I'm saying?
You like some nuts. All right, I got you. But no, I was going to say...
So you twist my words there. You like some nuts. No, I like a Hershey's bar with nuts. Yeah. I like a Hershey's bar with nuts. See? See what you're doing right here, motherfucker?
I didn't do anything. You can go play the audio. You literally said I like nuts. But anyway, I was going to... If you would have said I like white chocolate better, I was going to call you a racist. But you avoided it just fine, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
You like black people, you just hate Mexicans.
Jesus Christ,
dude. I'm sorry, smelly Mexican.
Right, I hate the Mexicans. That's what it's all about, dude. That's what I said, right? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I didn't twist that up. You said earlier, we only spent like 30 seconds. You said, Matt, I just want to say this real quick. I hate the living shit out of the 30 Mexicans. What'd you think of Raw last night? I said, wow, that was pretty racist, Ryan. Raw was pretty good. And then we kept going, and... Yeah, people may have forgot about that.
Oh, man. This fucking guy, man. This fucking guy. Daniel Hetfield Hutsby. We're going a little bit long tonight again, man. Give me an extra 10 minutes, all right? Daniel Hetfield, all right? Yes?
What do you think about Dominicans? Because, our brothers down south that's like cocaine, they're not really Mexican, the ones who like cocaine. They're Dominicans. You have a problem with them because they cross the border too.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, sweet Brown.
I just wanted to take a thing.
Daniel Hetfield Hutsby. When will Boone get back on his Facebook? Who cares? Who gives a fuck?
On Facebook? Oh, I'm not. Yeah, who cares?
Did you hear that guy that he was an announcer at like an NBA game or something? It kept playing over and over on ESPN. He kept saying, somebody went up for like a slam dunk or something, and the guy says, "Does anybody know how to post videos on Facebook?" Does anybody know how to post videos on Facebook? It kept airing over and over. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, let's check out this one.
You're lucky I don't have the ability to play that fucking song. I would have kicked your ass 20 times tonight with that music.
Stephen Gravak. Who should ride back?
I have to push my car up the hill. An NBA announcer said fucking Facebook, and nobody got time for that bullshit.
You know, there was a big hoax in the ocean too, dude. Somebody, you know, they said that Mayday. There was a Mayday call to the Coast Guard. Yo, real quick, I got a joke for you. A crab ate 3 clams. Well, the lobster ate none. So the lobster said to the crab, "You're so shellfish."
Jeez. At least you reference this stuff when I'm talking about the shit you said that's pointless and stupid, so at least you know it's pointless and stupid.
Alright, of course you guys heard it in the chat room. Alright, so when are you getting back on Facebook? Daniel wants to know.
Never. Never o'clock.
Okay. Alright, Steven Gravak, who should Ryback feud with next? As a hardcore Buffalo Bills fan, do you think they will stick with Ryan Fitzpatrick this season? Unfortunately, I do. But I don't think he's the problem. No, I don't blame. I mean, he's not the greatest quarterback in the world, you know what I mean? But I feel like he needs some stuff around. He's got Stevie Johnson out there and a couple of other guys, but Donald Nelson.
How many years have you been at the helm of the team there?
Probably 4 or 5 years now with Fitzpatrick, right? I think.
If they give him another year and he doesn't do anything, I'd say maybe start looking elsewhere. 5, 6 years is enough.
It's very easy to, when your team's not winning, it's very easy to blame one guy, blame the quarterback, right? There's also a defense, there's also an offensive line that if they're not doing their job, Fitzpatrick doesn't have a lot of time to throw the ball, and it's like everybody blames the quarterback. You know, if the team's losing, it's
you gotta
all...
have the offensive line. You gotta have the fucking option to hand off or pass. You know what I mean? You gotta have diversification.
Right, you can't...
in your tech. Have people run the ball until, you know.
It's a team game, man. You know, it's like in Dallas, everybody blames Tony Romo, right? But Tony Romo gets sacked. Well, he does. I mean, you're right. Tony Romo, I mean, some of the passes that he threw last season were just, I mean, who are you throwing to? You know, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, he loves throwing them fucking interceptions and shit. You can't help it.
Right, but it's, you know, I mean, I think Buffalo needs a better defense. They definitely need a better defense, and they need a better offensive line. So I think, to be honest with you, I think we should pick up Monte Te'o, but all the negative media attention that comes with him due to the recent scandal, and not only that, but they had the Columbine this past week, and he didn't do well. They expected a lot more from him, and he kind of sucked it up at the Columbine. So I don't know.
You know, it's fucking. I'd say Detroit and Buffalo are similar teams too, because they're so close to being fucking really good that, you know, you never. Next year Buffalo could break out.
Yo, did I say? I said Columbine? I meant Combine. That's the ESPN's.
I was wondering what I knew it was close to Columbine, but I didn't know what it was, so I couldn't correct you.
God, you know what Columbine is? That's the school in Colorado, right? Where the what was it? Dylan Clevehold and
I don't know the name, but they shot up the schools and shit.
The NFL Combine. I'm sorry, dude. Columbine's the school where they went, you know, in Colorado years and years ago. Yeah. My bad. I'm sorry.
There's also Coin for Columbine, that documentary Michael Moore made.
So who's Ryback feuding with next? Maybe Biggie Langston.
Didn't they take Jarrett, though, for WrestleMania? I mean, what do you think?
No, they were talking about Mark Henry. They were going to give him that big... They want Ryback to get that big moment. So it's got to be a big guy. It's got to be a Biggie Langston or a Big Show or a Mark Henry. Somebody like that, where he can get a big guy up in front of 70,000 people and hit the shell shock. It's got to be a big guy.
They should do Big Show. I agree with you. And if they go that route, Big Show should be the guy. They should take the biggest fucking guy they got and have him fucking make him look like a little kid to pick him up, you know?
They may do... I don't know. It's got to be a big guy,
Mark Henry would be a good one, too, because it would be impressive looking to see that big fucker, that big vending machine up on the shoulders, you know?
Kevin Espergessi, for WrestleMania, are they going to have anything like last year? It'd be a cool idea, you know? For WrestleMania...
You didn't catch the reference there, man.
For WrestleMania, I kind of no-sold you, dude. You know, I'm trying to.
That's kind of fucked up, man. Here at the end of the show, we gotta laugh at each other's jokes.
Do you honestly think this is the end of the show? If you saw, there's probably 25 more rapid fire questions.
Well, it's the last segment. I know. I mean, we'll finish them. I'm just saying.
Well, we're gonna be here for another half hour if we finish all these at this rate. You know? do 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 do. Should I do that? Should we switch? Should we switch? Sweet Brown. We'll get Sweet Brown out of here and get Jeopardy up. For WrestleMania, are they going to have anything like last year? They had palm trees blocking the view. They're going to do anything similar to that this year? I mean, they're going to have a whole set, you know, something to do with maybe a skyline or something like that for the Titantron, you know, something like that.
I think they had to do it last year because Miami, the building itself was not really set up, you know, for that kind of setting. But where they're going this year should be fine. I don't think none of them are going to be palm trees in New York. What are we talking about next week?
He's not talking about palm trees. He's talking about something similar to that, you know, like a theme. They have a theme at every WrestleMania. So are they going to have something? Paul Adrian, how awesome is it that Robbie E liked my comment on Facebook? Awesome. Cool story, bro. Get it? Cool story, bro. Robbie E. What's up, bro? Lame. Pretty lame. Whatever, I tried. Kyle David Burger. Burger? Cheeseburger? Reggie want a cheeseburger? Reggie wants a cheeseburger? Nothing? Nothing?
I'm supposed to sell your dog cheeseburger joke? Get over the question. What are you doing?
The man's name is Kyle David Burger. I said cheeseburger?
I get it.
Reggie want a cheese?
I heard the whole thing. I was sitting right here.
Nothing.
Pathetic.
What do you think of WWE's new title idea of having the side plate represent the champion and no longer using the nameplates? Talked about that earlier, man. God, we talked about this.
I never liked the nameplate to begin with. It kind of, it's why put a name on the belt? You know, whoever holds it's their belt. They don't need a name on it.
This guy Mike Olson gave me a golf clap in the chat.
Did he? Mike Olson's the guy who just called in with the, he's the sign guy.
He's the sign guy. I got a golf clap. Alright. Ryan Thompson. Will Triple H versus Brock be a street fight at WrestleMania? Well, they used the chair last night, so I was thinking it's going to be some sort of gimmick involved in that match.
It had a lot of blood, which, like I said earlier, we didn't really talk about it. We brought it up and left it, but that did not look accidental to me. And they're not allowed to have blood. How do they get away with that? Because it's Triple H doing it in his segment, or it's just weird. But any Brock match has an element of street fight to it. That's just the style he works.
Brandon Scott Brown, why don't you report news for Wrestling Inc. anymore? Because whoever they have now sucks. There was a disagreement of, you know, how news was to be reported, and we agreed to part ways. But I am going to be headed to Colorado in a couple of months. Going to sit down with the owner, and we're going to have a talk.
Had the motherfucking Florida and sit down with this motherfucker too.
I'm gonna be down there. I'm coming down there soon. April 18th. I have my flight booked for, so I'll be down there.
We'll have to
but I can.
I may. We gotta try and set up a fucking camera or something. Do that goddamn Skype thing or something.
I may change the date on my flight. I have a year. From the date that it's booked, I have a year to change it, so I could come down, whether it be in August or, you know, I know it's hot down there in August, but I don't know. I'm gonna work on the dates, but as of right now, I have a year. Southwest allows, you know, that's why. But anyways, Brandon, go to WZROnline.com. It's the way I do it. I got no boss telling me what to do. I like to run it. I like to do the galleries. I like to do everything my way. And not only that, man, but people, I mean, these other websites, man, some of these guys have a staff of, you know, 5, 6, 7 different people. I was saying this last night on Facebook, man, it's just me. You know, I'm the only guy. So You know, and I feel like WZROnline.com and my sites that I report for, I feel like they're better than the rest. You know, that's the way.
The other thing is, you get your person. If it's your site and nobody's telling you what to do or how to do it, you can like show your personality a little bit. Like you can leave little comments and posts, or you can spell the word sharding wrong in a poll. It kind of
you know what?
Personality.
I try not to put opinions in post. Very rarely. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sometimes I do put
Sometimes you can't help it. I've seen you.
No, you're right. You're right. Sometimes I do put an opinion in post, but I can bet you guys that probably 95%, if not more, don't contain any opinions from me inside the post. I mean, sometimes I do, and when I do put my opinions inside post,
like sometimes you'll make a comment about Roddy Piper in a wheelchair, or stuff, like that. Right?
No, it's the second I do it, right? The second I put an opinion inside a post, people go and they comment and they can't stand it, dude. They can't stand opinions inside news posts. So I try not to do it because people get all upset, dude. They flip out. Keep your opinions out of post. And it's like, yo, all right.
Journalism 101. You're not supposed to share
You're not.
opinions.
No, you're right. You're right.
You're right. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I try not to do it. Sometimes I do, though. You know what I mean? But what are you gonna do? People don't like it. John Mastranello. Do you think WWE will add more members or a leader to the Shield? I think right now they keep it at 3.
Yeah.
James Lehman, plans for the Big Show, Orton, Shield, Barrett, Sheamus, Ziggler, Cody, Sandow, Henry at WrestleMania. Listen, that's.
You might as well have said any plans for the entire roster. Break it down one person at a time. We gotta save that for next week.
That's an entire 2-hour show right there, brother. I can't do that. Brandon Scott Brown, could you see Bray Wyatt being brought in, Husky Harris, as a single star, the newest member of the Shield, or with Zeb Coulter or Jack Swagger? Jesus, dude. So as a single star, as a member of the Shield, with Zeb Coulter or Jack Swagger. Anything else, dude? You got anything else? You want to bring him in as part of Dolph Ziggler's group? You want to bring him in with Vicky and Brad Maddox? What do you want to do, dude? I don't know. Of course, they can bring anybody in and add him to the Shield. But I think
Brian, my question for you is, can I get an update on every wrestler that ever existed, please? What's going on? One line, we said, keep them brief. He says, let me get an update on these 8 guys.
Nielsen Hernandez, how do you feel about the Barrett versus Sheamus possible feud in the Miz Cesaro feud? Barrett and Sheamus, I like the way this feud is going, man. Looks like they're going to have a match at WrestleMania, unless they do it on Raw. The accents, battle of the accents. There you go. And speaking of accents, Antonio Cesaro and the Miz feud. They kind of put a halt to that last night. I mean, Miz and Cesaro had a match. They've already had matches, so that's not going to be a headliner at WrestleMania. Barrett versus Sheamus maybe, but Miz and Cesaro, I think that feud is kind of played out, probably coming to an end shortly. Christopher Brown. Are they planning on having The Miz go over Cesaro by WrestleMania now that Antonio is over with the fans? Pretty much the same question, man. I think that feud is.
I got distracted by the name. That poor bastard's name's Chris Brown. No wonder he calls himself Christopher instead. That motherfucker, man. I would hate that.
Wes Broom. How much does a Chris Benoit action figure sell for nowadays? Unopened. Oh man, I'm not touching that, dude. Go to eBay.
I was trying to do a name thing. It'd be like if my name was Adolf James Hitler, but I called myself AJ Hitler. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go to eBay, brother. I'm not touching that. Hobart Collins. Been seeing conflicting reports on Lockdown. Will it be an all-cage match? I don't believe so, man. Frankie Kazarian is the one that started that rumor. Said that, the main match was probably going to be like Lethal Lockdown or something like that. But I don't think every match is going to be a cage match. We'll have to wait and see, though. Scott Merritt. What do you think the plan is for the Shield at WrestleMania? I was thinking about that earlier.
I was going to ask you that, but I didn't want to start like a question that would kill 20 more minutes of the show here.
Well, they've got to do like a 3-on-3 again, right? They've got to come up with 3 guys. I'd say Chris Jericho and partner him up with 2 other guys, maybe something like that.
That's what sucks is like the way they did it. It's like the last one was what Sheamus, Orton, and whatever. It doesn't matter. But like it's just 3 random guys put together. It sucks. They need somebody that's a an established trio to go up against that trio, which they don't have. So the other option would be to do like a Freebird thing where there's 3 guys in the group, but they only have tag team matches, and you just don't know which 2 you're going to face out of the 3. Which kind of keeps you guessing. They could do something like that.
Vinny Mo, Triple H didn't pee himself. The guy poured almost the whole water bottle over his head and then spilt the water all over the place.
Don't forget those two.
Okay. Water, he soaked himself with the whole bottle. My question, this was a perfect fucking dot on his ass, bro. There's no way water would do that, even if he poured it all over himself. Colin Godarkos, a dude, asks, who has a bigger dick, you or Boone?
7.5 inches, yeah.
I've never measured, so I guess I couldn't tell you, dude. But I would say that...
I don't believe that for 1 second. As many times as we fucking joked about this shit on the air, you still haven't fucking went and got your number yet.
No. When I...
You need to do that for next week's show, goddammit. Be a team player. It's funny.
Holy shit, dude. I ain't touching that either, dude. Get out of here.
I was gonna say, don't do it right now. What the fuck?
Well, I didn't say I was gonna do it right now. I said I'm not.
I thought you said, I thought I was like, not right now.
Vincent Nugent, do you think Austin Aries and Bobby Roode have... Why does a dude like... Maybe he's gay. I don't know. Colin? What did you guys doing?
You still on the side, or you Bobby Roode?
No, I'm stuck on the thing about a Colin, a dude... that really wants to know who's got the bigger dick, you or Boone. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like, yo, I don't know. I'm
a little curious. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit curious. I'm wondering myself.
You're a little bit curious who has a bigger dick between me and you?
The fact that it's been brought up, yeah. I'm a little curious what the
that
answer
sounds like
that's
holy fuck. No, I'm not curious. I could give a fuck if I got a bigger dick than another dude or a smaller dick than another dude. Fuck no.
I don't care either, but I'm a little curious. I'm interested.
Are you bi-curious?
No. Alright. No, not bi-curious.
Alright, we got Vincent Nugent. You think Austin Aries and Bobby Roode have an opportunity to capture the all-male championships in TNA?
I don't watch TNA.
The all-male championships? No, I don't think they're... I mean, there's always an opportunity for him to do that, but no, I don't think so. The Pope's resigning tomorrow. Did you hear about that? Tomorrow's his last day, or Thursday.
I heard there might be a black Pope too. Somebody that was on Howard Stern. They were talking about.
They keep Pope. That very, very secret, dude. Where nobody really knows until it's actually announced. You know, they go through the Vatican and everything else. So the Pope wants to know: are you more concerned about the Mexican lawn mowing jobs? Oh man, here we go. Are you more concerned about the Mexican lawn mowing jobs being taken in this country, or all of the middle class manufacturing jobs being shipped to places like China? It's a good point you bring up, man. A lot of the manufacturing jobs are being shipped over to places like China, and it's fucking a lot of Americans out of jobs. I agree with that, bro. I absolutely agree with that.
It doesn't have anything to do with illegal immigrants in America, though. So I'll somehow try and back your point up, your incredibly racist point from earlier up by saying that.
Oh my god, dude, I'm not racist. You know I'm far from racist.
I hate Mexicans, Clark. You might as well just go add it to Facebook right now. You know how to post a video on Facebook?
This motherfucker. Vincent Nugent, what's the status of your visit to Matt Boone's location? God, I can't wait to go down there and just slap the shit out of this motherfucker. I deal with this guy every Tuesday night for 2 hours on WZR radio, and I can't fucking stand it. He's the biggest piece of shit.
Compared to every time I fucking negotiate with you, or fucking, you're gonna fucking hit me with a hammer. Like, this is for every time I had to give you money when you didn't fucking, when it wasn't ready.
This is for every time I've had to deal with your drunk ass on WZR radio. This is for every time I've had to give you money. This is for every time just stomp the fucking shit out of you, dude. It'll be great. Listen, when I get down to Florida, we meet up with Boone. We'll do some sort of video thing. If we can get us in the same room with a webcam, we can put it on YouTube, and then we can both be there. It won't be like a split screen, but we'll be on the same screen. where, you know, we can make something happen and
It's badass. We should try and definitely do that.
slap the shit out of you live on air, dude. WZR Radio.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, whatever.
Slap that
It's
shit.
not gonna happen, but
Maybe we can measure our dicks live on air for you, Boone. That sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? You fucking homo, dude. Justin, you are a homo. You just said not less than 5 minutes ago. You said, I'm kind of curious about your dick size, Clark. That's what you said. I'm kind of curious.
Bigger, not to see your dick on camera. Where do you?
But I gotta measure to find out. But I gotta measure to find out how big my dick is. So if you want to find out, so
just tell me what the number is. Not like, hey, next week we're gonna fucking pull our dicks out on camera and that'll be the TV show.
Fuck out of here, dude. God, Justin Nestor. Hey, Boone, thanks for the tips last week. I am friends with the girl I like, Samantha, and I did give her a kiss on the cheek. This guy last week asked you, he said, Boone, I need some advice with a girl that I like, right? And he didn't know how to approach the girl, but he really liked her. He wanted some advice from you, and you know, you basically told him, I don't remember what the fuck you said. You gave him some crap, I don't know, whatever, dude. Boone fucking theories about going up to the girl and acting like a real nice guy and da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, you're just fucking Mr. Mac Daddy Boone. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, whatever advice you gave him, he took it and gave her a kiss on the cheek. He got a kiss on the cheek.
That's dangerous territory. I shouldn't be giving advice unless I know the person and the backstory. I could screw his whole game up, but if it works, then I'm happy for him.
Alright, Vinny Mo, wow, instead of Raw, they make Mick Foley GM of Saturday Morning Slam. Is that what they did, man? They're taping,
did? Wow.
Yeah, they're taping Saturday Morning Slam and WWE Main Event right now. So there's a spoiler for you. We're gonna put that up on a website if that is true, but I'm guessing it is. So, Mick Foley, Raw or general manager of Saturday Morning Slam. And the last one, before we get out of here, Jonathan McDonald. Why the hell are they dropping the ball with Ziggler? I think they're dropping the ball, man. I mean, they had him job out to Ryback last night on Raw, but he still got the Money in the Bank briefcase, so he still got that opportunity.
That's what makes him important. It's like I said earlier, guys like Ryback don't seem as big or as important when you've got Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Triple H, The Rock, CM Punk, John Cena, all these people at once coming back and being involved in big, high-profile matches. But Ziggler's got that briefcase. He can cash in after one of those big matches and just be the surprise, like, oh, shit, I just took the title from the guy that took the title, and then he's important again. So it depends on what they do with them, but don't count him out yet. We'll see what happens.
That's it, brother. That does it.
That's the show?
That's a show. That's a 2 hour and 22-minute show. 222. 2 hours. Oh, the poll results. Here we go.
Yeah.
So, what was the wet spot on Triple H's pants from Raw? I agree with Brando and Nathaniel from earlier, but if I had to pick before, no, I'm gonna say urine. But I agree. Like I said, I mean, we don't have the correct answer. I don't believe. Urine got 36% of the vote. 31% of the vote got water bottle. 24% of the vote got swamp ass. 5% of the vote got sharting with a T. And 4% got what wet spot. So everybody went with
wow, so that means
urine.
96% of those who voted saw something. I didn't even catch that. That's crazy. I'll have to rewatch.
Yeah,
stare at his crotch, I guess.
Stare at his crotch. You love dicks, brothers. So fucking, you got a fantasy with dick sizes, with who's bigger.
The first time and I didn't.
It was clear as day. The camera was right there in his fucking asshole, bro. It was right there for everybody to see.
Watching a laptop that's 3 inches from my face. I didn't see no wet spot on his fucking asshole.
Well,
I sat here and watched the whole thing.
Well, go zoom right in. Open your eyes and look a little bit closer. You know what I mean?
I'm a freeze frame, red screen, fucking frame it and hang it on my wall for you, buddy. How about that?
How big you think Triple H's dick is, Boone? How big you think that is?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
steroid supposedly shrinks you, right? He's probably, I don't know.
You think he's got a big dick?
3/4.
Think he's got a big dick, Boone? You think Triple H's got a big dick, Boone? You fucking homo.
Like I said, the only evidence I can say is steroid shrinks it.
So you think he's got a little shrinkage going down in there. Viper Punt Orton, Triple H, HHH, Legend Killer, Flame Style in the chat. UC Dead 11 in the chat. Acer in the chat room. Jerichoholic. We haven't done shoutouts in a while. We're running late. What the hell, man? Mikey Mike, Winter's Lair, Ranjit, Brock. Boone can crash at my place. Motherfucker may need a place to crash soon. Lil Poopy. The rapper.
Poopy.
Yo, let me give you one more story before we get out of here, right? So there's this 9-year-old rapper.
Is it Poopy related?
You'll like this. This is a story you'll like. I'll get back to the shoutouts. Give me a minute, guys. So Lil Poopy, right? Comes out today. There's this rapper, right? And he's signed with French Montana's crew. I think it's called the Coke Boys. Right, that's the name of his, like you've got the P. Diddy's Bad Boy and, the Coke Boys, right, French Montana. Well, there's a 9-year-old kid, right, and he's rapping about Coke's not a bad word, Coca-Cola, Coke's not a bad word, yeah, Coca-Cola, and they got him pimped out, and he's wearing big chains and everything else, da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, CPS, Child Protective Services, gets involved today, like, yo, you can't be having this kid out there. There's one video where he's like smacking this big booty hoe's ass, right? And so CPS gets involved, and the father's like, yo, my son's not doing anything wrong, right? Here's the question I'm thinking. If the son's name, and you'll like this is a kind of a poop joke, and I know you love, you and your fucking 7-year-old poop jokes that you always like in your fart joke. Yeah, there's the noise, right? So I'm thinking, if the son's name is Lil Poopy, is the father's name like Big Turd or something like that? Lil Poopy?
Oh, I thought you
Big Turd?
Big Turd's even better, yeah.
Like Big Turd?
His Turd and the son's Nugget, or his name is...
Right, like Big Nugget.
I got it.
Daddy Nugget?
His name is like, it's like a hyphenated name. It's like Shit Fart, and his son's name's Shark, but it's like spelled with a D.
That's a golf clap. That gets the golf clap.
Thank you for the golf clap.
You're welcome. We're out of here, dude. I'm going to see you next Tuesday night. I'll be down. I'll see you in Florida soon enough, brother. Smack the shit out of you a little bit. Huh? Teabag? What?
We want feedback on this 2.5-hour Mexican urinated cover train wreck. We can read your feedback if you post it for us over at Facebook.com/RyanClark WZR. Once you get there, the top post will ask you your questions in the comments for this week's show. If you thought the show was good, you tell us why. We do more of it. If you thought the show was bad, you tell us why we do less of it. This is how we get better. Facebook.com/RyanClark WZR.
We're going to go out with a song. I'm going to dedicate this song to you when we go out.
All right, what do we got?
All right, so we're going to get out of here with this. I'm going to dedicate this to Boone. We're going to be back here next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time, WZROnline.com. Stay tuned to the website. We're going to have SmackDown spoilers, main event. It's going to be a pretty late night, man. We still got about 2 or 3 hours before we get the full tapings results. And that'll do it for Matt Boone.
That's me.
This is Ryan Clark.
Hey, that's him.
With a song dedicated to Matt Boone. I love you, brother. See you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time.